Good morning, good evening, everything in between. How are we today? Welcome, everybody. I hope I've been staying safe, making good choices. It is a Wednesday today. We are playing A Tithe In Blood. We're having a day. Forgive me in advance, chat. I might be a little bit extra silly goofy. I am running on no sleep and a dream. It's been a day. And we're gonna go play a game with depressed women. Let's go! I believe! I'm manifesting good things for these girls, but I don't think they're manifesting it back! I'm sorry, I keep laughing because I was listening to someone else's stream before the start and they said something that got me... Oh no. I told myself, I was like trying to lock in before moving to stop myself from laughing too much because it was really funny. I can't stop laughing. I need to remember. I'm sorry, we're normal. Show yourself on the server. No, because Leary shield in Leary's already done that. But it's Leary's day. Do you know what I mean? It's not my day. It's Leary's day. That's too many at the same time. I'm never recovering. I need to remember to like get the timestamp and like be like, by the way, funny story. Anyway, so we're gonna be continuing today. I've been told to get ready. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be very emotions, I feel, probably, I think. So it's gonna be interesting, and we're cooking, trust me. And I'm really like loving the music at the moment, so I've been really enjoying that. You can't get well soon, me. That's my get well soon. I'm gonna take a sip. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Anyway. Stop laughing. Stop, you're making me laugh again. Okay, I'm gonna stop laughing. I'm gonna Okay, I'm stopping now. I'm stopping laughing now. Fuck. Okay, I'm locking in. I'm locking in. I'm locked the fuck in. We're continuing. So yeah, how bad was the original title? I took a screenshot. I think I'll just say it. So originally I wrote, I think we should keep our inside liquid inside our person, to be honest, Hanukkah. And then I sent that to Mori and I was like, can that be taken out of context? And Mori was like, yes, yes it can. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna backspace that one. I might have goofed up with that one. I'm glad I checked beforehand, because now instead we have, I think we should not do the scary magic, you know, girly pop. It's just iconic as well, you know what I mean? It's perfect. 10 out of 10, no notes, you know what I mean? But yeah. We're gonna have a day. Well, too bad Hanukkah's all our inside liquids out now, but that's the problem. I think we need to keep them inside our person where they will be safe. Do you know what I mean? Like, we should keep them inside our person where they belong, not remove them. Did you comment in there? Stop outing me. Unbelievable. Anyway. So yeah, we're gonna be continuing through. Where we left off was like pretty hectic, but I think it was starting to just come off of that real big hectic moment. So it'll be interesting to see where we go from here, because like I have no idea where we go next. Like I genuinely do not have a single clue what happens from here. Do you know what I mean? Like, girl is lost and I'm curious because like they were like getting real fucked up. So what happens now? So it's gonna be very interesting. And I think I'm very nervous because if anything happened to my girly pop, I might crash out. Because like today has been a day, chat. I need you to understand I am running off of like no sleep, a bad work day, and pure adrenaline of the stream. But then at the same point in time, if you hear me say something absolutely batshit insane, that's the reason. Do you know what I mean? That's the reason. It's like a reward. We go a little like silly haha sometimes. I'm gonna press load before I actually just yap. It was that one, wasn't it? When was the last time we streamed this? Hang on. The 17th. Yeah, okay, there you go. It was actually the 16th, but it's the 17th. Also, actually, do you know what we're gonna do before we start? Hang on. You know what I haven't done yet today? I feel like I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this with my mods, but watch this. I'm gonna do my thing. Ready? Hang on. Okay, chat. Watch this. We're gonna do our pools, and we're gonna see what our pools are. We're gonna open Ultra 3. Okay, so chat. Oh, okay, we got an Oathwarman money. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, never mind. That wasn't exciting at all. I thought we were gonna have a moment. Mori's gonna be like, stop it. It's fine. Trust me. I'm about to get... Yeah, exactly. I've gotta always keep towing the line, you know? Like, never let them know your next move. Stands up. Oh my god, hi! Oh my god, you're standing up. That's so crazy. Oh my god. Hi, Mori. Hi, moderator Mori. I need to press play. Never mind. We're a little too much today. God bless. We're getting by on a hope and a dream. Please? Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna take a sip first. Don't mind me. The glass is set. She pours. Amber liquid splashes satisfyingly over perfectly clear cubes of ice. Oh, by the way, I have some exciting news to tell you guys. So, as a lot of you can see, I am moving my mouse right now. And a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, you know, last night she was using a really shitty, like, work mouse. Not today. Guess what I'm using today? My $150 fucking mouse. It's working. It hasn't disconnected at all today. You know what disconnected instead, though? My fucking hard drive. Which is why half of my stream is broken right now, because the external hard drive started making the clicking sound, and I was like, I'm gonna just cry about that. And then I unplugged it, like it just stopped registering itself, and I was like, yeah, all right, that's fine, I guess. So we got one win, and then the other expensive, like 1 terabyte, like the 1 terabyte hard drive is like, not gonna work today, actually. And I'm like, oh, it's fine. You know? Sometimes we just have to really take our moments in stride. And that means just being a girly pop about it. Happy birthday, Is it Tatiana's birthday today? It was her birthday yesterday. Oh, okay. That's crazy. During the game's run. Well, all of them are technically, like, in like the initial, you know what I mean? Like, super. No, technically it's been like a month, hasn't it? It's been over a month now. Oh my god. When did the game release? Like early June? Oh my god, yeah, it has. That's crazy. I need to lock in. After a hasty escape, Tatiana ended up holing herself up in her bar for the time being. I managed to reach the car just ahead of Tatiana and Koru. Barely. With both thankfully none the wiser about my brief trip to that false world. Feeling somewhat responsible for the result, I decided to at least keep Tatiana company. idly spinning this way and that on the stool as she drinks from behind the counter. While I like what she's done with the bar, it's more than a little lonely when there's no patrons around. The place is empty save for us, the television set to its usual muted volume.
誰かにボコられたみたいな顔だね。
Well, that's a great sentence.
カオルみたいな切り出し方はよせ。あいつ一人で十分だ。
悲しいことを忘れるにはいい場所だね。
Yeah, technically you did kind of lose to like a kid. She answers with another swig of scotch. It's probably her comfort drink. Neither of us has any idea if Hanuk's alive. It's only Tatiana's self-pity that's stopping her from noticing the pit in my stomach about it. Maybe I shouldn't have acted out of line and pulled her from that world. I'd have felt equally guilty if I let those quarreling sisters accidentally kill her in their fury, though. There'd be little left of Hanukkah if her soul were to be Saint Lane. It's a pain when ordinary people get caught up in major affairs.
で、次の計画は？
警察の捜査が落ち着くまでここに身を隠す。お前がそれを計画と認めるならだが。
It's definitely a plan.
もっと楽に考えなよ。警察が札幌にいる金髪の女性全員を調べるわけないって。
Tatiana gives a shrug, eyes more focused on her drink than me. To be fair, the scotch seems like it's doing a better job of lifting her spirits than I am.
まあ、最悪の事態は避けられたわけだし、カオルが狙いを外してよかったよ。
いや、カオルは外したわけじゃない。あいつは何かと問題だらけだが、腕は確かだ。
Okay. The implication is clear. That she only avoided a fatal hit because of Tatiana's request.
結局、予備の計画を立てていたのは、あいつだけだったというわけか。失敗した時の逃走計画だ。
認めるんだ。驚いたな。
プライドを飲み込んだところで腹を壊さないからな。
True.
とはいえ、奴が正しいのはどうにも気に食わない。
As for me, I still can't grasp the relationship those two have. Tatiana's attention shifts over to the television, and I follow her gaze. It's a news report, coming from a scene that's all too familiar.
音量上げて。
She hastily plucks a remote from behind the counter and cranks it to full volume, both of us focused intently on the screen.
ほのかちゃんの家で中継してるみたい。
ハゲタカどもが群がり始めたか。
So true. The youthful reporter babbles in that typical neutral news tone, her microphone and suit just a little too large to look natural on her light frame. Police officers work behind her, mainly watching over the scene and looking important for the camera.
昨日の事件現場から生中継です。警察はこの事件を強盗未遂事件として捜査を続けています。自宅で激しい襲撃を受けた住人は北海道大学に通う20歳の女子学生で侵入した犯人を撃退した後、負傷により命を失いました。
So she's alive?
重傷ではあるものの命に別状はなく回復に向かっているとのことです。警察は救急隊に素早く通報した近隣の住民に感謝の言葉を述べていました。犯人は依然として逃走中で警察は市民に情報提供を呼びかけています。
Do you know what the background reporter like sounds like? It sounds like she's in one of the animations in particular that I like hyper fixated on. Like she sounds like so similar. She goes on talking for a bit about local crime, the incident apparently not spicy enough without being part of a broader problem. All the better to cover our tracks, I suppose.
重傷であるものの命に別状はないか。いつも同じ言い回しだな。
よかったと思いなよ。あれだけのことが起きたのに、ほのかちゃんはまだ生きてるし、容疑者については何も言われてないんだから。
It's just a gunshot wound to the shoulder. She should survive. There was a lot of blood that came out of her, like, human body, though. Like, she lost a lot of blood. I noticed Tatiana's brow furrowing as the camera holds on the reporter. Her scotch forgotten as she leans further and further over the counter in interest.
あのジャケットに見覚えがある。お前はどうだ?
Looking back, I notice a new member of the police walking into frame from the side of the shot. their long green parka joining the gaggle of coats and uniform ponchos. Wait, piercings are a thing in the police nowadays? My heart skips a beat, both of us now locked onto the screen.
まさか。
The odd police officer turns towards the camera and... What?
カオル？あれはカオルだよな。
Huh? What? What do you mean? I tell her off for yelling in my ear, but I'm left speechless. All I can do is sit there with my jaw on the floor as a stuttering Tatiana frantically jabs her finger towards the television. Gathering her wits about her, she snatches her phone from her pocket and thumbs through menus with a noticeable adrenaline-fueled jitter. As I turn back to the TV, the interloper plucks out her own phone just as the news switches back to the studio.
テロ、何をしている？早く。
Huh? I raise an eyebrow, wanting to hear what comes next. Noting my reaction, she turns on the speaker and lays it on the counter.
ご苦労。こちらは大江刑事だ。
As Tatiana leans into her phone, I brace myself as her face contorts in anger.
Какого черта ты делаешь? Ты ебанутая? Ты хочешь убить меня, чтоб тебе дети в суп срали? Пиздец.
Huh?
ああ。
What did you say? Her cursing is enough to make me wilt, but at least the chance to let off some steam helps settle Tatiana a little. By contrast, Koru breezily waves it off. This must be far from their first exchange like this.
耳元で叫ばれるのは終わったみたいだし。あ、ちょっと待って。悪いがここは立ち入り禁止だ。北海道警察の大江刑事だ。失礼いたしました。現場には気をつけてください。すぐに鑑識が到着しますので。
Uh-huh.
あとどれくらいかかりそう？ 10分ほどかと。分かった、気をつける。ありがとう。
じゃあ入るね。あんたのやり方より簡単でしょ。
おかげでまた寿命が縮んだかな。
ニュース見たんだろ。そこにいて当然って顔で堂々としてればどこにでも入れるん
Oh,
だよ。
okay.
な
Okay.
らその技を教えてくれた人にして。
I see. Okay, I was so confused for a bit. Subtle. Tatiana doesn't notice my nervous smile.
本が欲しいって言ってたよな。警察が乗り込んでくる前に手に入れとこうと思ってさ。それに弾道検査で弾が見つかって警察に追い回されるのは勘弁してほしいし。
Tatiana doesn't look happy about it, but thinks better of continuing her tirade. Koru's doing this for her, after all. Partly. Koru's quiet whistling interrupts her simmering.
台風通過って感じだけど、ここまでやる必要あった？
Oh my
私のせいではない。手違いでほの子を殺さないよう気をつけて押さえつけることしかできなかった。まさかあそこまで抵抗するとは思わなかった。
Jesus
つまり
Christ.
これ全部お姫様の仕業ってこと？
She goes silent, probably gazing about in incredulity. I don't think any of us seriously thought she'd fight back, let alone to the point of forcing us to pull out. Koru's boots on hard wood can be heard even over the phone, the stairs creaking loudly as she heads up.
ほのかはヨーロッパの骨董品が好きなんだな。数百年前の世界にいるみたいだ。
Uh-huh.
真面目にやれ、カオル。
Yeah, Koru.
わかったわかった。
Silence rings out while Koru digs around. Tatiana and I on edge as she casually rummages around an active crime scene.
みっけ。7.62×54 ミリアール弾。あるいはその残骸かな。
例の本は
Her boots echo about the room as she walks
タ
over.
チアナが言ってた通り、デスクの上に開きっぱなし。 一言も読めねえや。ずいぶん古いものみたいだな。うん。図は一致してる。この本で間違いない。あの子、相当ヤバいものに手を出したんだね。すごい量の血だ。
今は放っておけ。誰かに見つかる前に本を持って早く出る。
了解。じゃあいつものバーで会おう。あ、そうだ。ビール用意しといて。
With that, she abruptly hangs up on the call. Tatiana slumps forward on the counter, holding her forehead in her hand. I can't blame her for being exhausted by the
これで
experience.
終わりだな。すっきりした終わり方ではないが、とにかく終わった。
歩いて立ち去れる着陸は成功した着陸って言うしね。
With that, I hop off my stool and grab my scarf from the seat beside me, throwing it around my neck.
もう帰るのか？
少しは寝なきゃ。明日は私も課題があるの。
A suspicious Tatiana silently watches me leave. The debt I'm incurring with her will come due, but for now, she holds her tongue. Okay. Act 3, Scene 3. Partings unsaid. Huh. Crouching down at the side of a building, I grasp my knees with all of my strength and clasp my eyes shut to try and stop myself breaking down. My heart is beating so loudly it's deafening, poorly hidden tears streaming down my cheeks. I was stupid for trying such a crazy thing. I had no idea what I was playing with, and this is what I get. My head still feels weird after everything started glowing, and I don't know how much blood I've lost, but I feel weak and sick because of it. Everyone here is strange, and their eyes have been pinned on me as soon as I found this place. All I want is to disappear. I don't want any of this. Why did any of this have to work? I just wanted it all to...
もし
Noticing the soft voice from above, I gingerly look up to its source. Oh. The woman I see strikes me as a confusing sight. I'd guess her age to be in her 30s, but locks of white hair float over her shoulders as she leans down. Her clothing is formal, yet the bright yellow design feels as breezy as her loose hair. But most of all, she appears as someone bright, bright as the springtime sun of this baffling world. Straining to make her out, I try my best to wipe my tears and see her better. What is happening? Baby girl!
大丈夫？手を貸しましょうか？
The woman's voice is calm and gentle, yet I can't help but notice a faint trembling to her assurances. As I meet her eyes with my own, my words fail to come for a moment as I see something unexpected in them. Is that... fear? I'm the one who's lost in this surreal place. How can she be the one of us who's scared? Oh, she's so beautiful. Even as I look up at her kind face, I struggle to stuff down my own frightened whimpering.
ここはどこですか？
I think this is my favorite CG. I am just... Whoa, do you know what I mean? Like, holy shit.
最初の質問にしては複雑ね。
Yeah, okay. Now bring her back. Okay, never mind. With that, she reaches down with her hand. Just the sight of her wide smile helps me regain my composure a little.
心配しなくても大丈夫。ここは安全だもの。いずれ全部説明しましょう。
Yasui, the woman that you are.
自己紹介から始めましょうか。私は
Baby girl. Baby girl. Oh my god. Oh my god. As I open my eyes, I still feel the cold of tears running down the sides of my face. Above me, the bright sun of the Meiji-era springtime day is replaced by the white tile ceiling of a hospital room. I'm meant to be gone. I'm not supposed to still be here. My story ended, its last words written. What comes after that? All I can find as I search for some emotion to feel is a void, a blank slate, no different to the sterile and unfeeling walls which surround me in the strange new world of the hospital. A world of strange people wearing strange garments and speaking a strange language. The scent of strong disinfectants play on my nose, while noises from odd equipment and indistinct mumbles from the hallway drift on the air. All I've learned since arriving are uncomfortable new words. Hospitals are unfortunately where one picks up the most. Hypervolemic shock, pallor, and hematocrit, along with many others, have entered my vocabulary in the last couple of days. Still confined to my room, the lack of distraction leads me back to the painful topic of Yasue. I can only guess at her fate, or if I can ever visit her again, she still lives. Will the last image I have of her be that twisted face of anger and sorrow?
Asakawa-san?
Pulled from my thoughts, I sit up in my bed and look over to the plump-faced nurse standing at the now open door.
はい。面会の方が来ていますよ。お会いになりますか?
Is Shino gonna be able to pull her into that universe to see her, like, girl again? I feel like that's where it goes, right? Because Shino can do the, like, soul transfer thing. Does that mean that Shino can just go, hey, I'll take you to go see your girlfriend? Like, that's who the guest is going to be right now. We're gonna see Shino. I can't summon more than a half-hearted mumble, too wary to even summon my usual manners. It's probably just the police returning again to ask this or that. She gives a brief bow to someone in the hallway before going about her business. What did I say? There's Shino! I couldn't have been more wrong about who it was. Left speechless at the figure coming through the door, her look, one oddly athletic for a librarian, is instantly recognizable as always. As she walks to the nearby seat, I reflexively turn my left arm over to ensure the bottom is as hidden as possible. The nurses do their best to politely avert their gaze, but the knowledge is there. So too is the shame.
ほのかちゃん。邪魔じゃなければいいけど、事件に巻き込まれたって聞いて、様子を見に来たの。
She tries to talk to me like nothing's changed, but we both know that's wrong. I feel my fist clenching as I try to sort through my feelings, but it's hopeless when I'm in this state. All I can do is continue this stupid charade.
いいの。来てくれてありがとう。ここで他にやることなんて大してないし。
気分はどう?
All I can summon is a tired shrug.
生きてるみたい。先生たちが見てくれている間、待つしかないの。いくつか断片的に覚えているだけで、あまり思い出せない。
The doctor said it could be trauma or after effects of my injuries. The body isn't designed to lose that much blood at once, much less from someone who's already anemic. There are things I do remember, though. Yonohara's taunting of her sister, Yasue's sorrow, turning to disgust and rage, the cold blonde woman who did this to me, and... the glow of magic in Shino's eyes. Shino's realized she's inadvertently steered the conversation exactly where she'd been trying to avoid. It's clear neither of us knows how to react to what she's done, or what I did, for that matter.
ごめん、ほのかちゃん。私、ちっとも知らなかった。しのさんは、ずっと。
The silence lingers just a little too long to be comfortable. She looks more saddened than I expected by all this. It isn't like we knew each other well. Considering I've only ever seen Shino being cheerful, such a melancholy expression feels ill-fitting for her.
前に聞かれたよね。どうして私がそんなに幸せそうなのかって。あの時言わなかったけど。まあ、あれは嘘じゃなかったってこと。全部話したわけじゃなかったってだけで。
I'm briefly confused as she reluctantly pulls back her right sleeve, showing a little of her wrist and forearm. They look perfectly normal to me. Then, in one brief shimmering moment... Oh! Huh. 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 Everything I thought about her changes.
シノさん。
Huh? Huh? She gives a small human smile at my confusion, tinged with a little sadness. It wasn't only her legs which were prosthetic, but then how much of her is?
この体は作り物でね。でも、私の知る限り同じものは2つとない。私の魔術の才能は珍しいって言っておこうかな。私は見た目も性別も年齢さえものみとカンナで削り取られたものだからね。そこに魔術をかけて大工事の跡を覆い隠して。
Welcome back, Penny Valentina. No fucking shot. Fuck. Shit. Stop. No, not the Penny mention. That's fucked up. Holy shit. So everything about her is just a
幻想の
construct.
出来上がりってわけ。すごい。言う
Huh.
ほどいいものじゃないよ。体を変えるたびに現実が長引くし、年齢が意味をなさないことに対する些細な代償かな。
Is this where she went after Volume 8? Aomori. Miss Aomori. Oh my god.
でも、一番の代償はね、知り合った人みんなが私より先に死んじゃうってこと。
I'd say she's strong, but she really didn't seem any different to anyone else. To think she'd been through so much. Oh no, I mean after Volume 3? That's
偉そう
insane.
なことを言うつもりはないの。でも、起きてしまったことを考えれば、説明する責任があるんじゃない？
Sorry, I need to take a screenshot of something really quickly. Because this is insane. Mori's gonna bully me. Hang on. Hang on. Anyway. Hold on, didn't Penny's eyes glow green too? Oh my god, no! We can't be calling Shino Penny now! We can't be doing this! We have already been bullying them by calling her Shura! You can't do this! I've already told you for not calling her Shura, and now we're calling her Penny! Oh my god, we're gonna be calling this woman everything but her actual name. Oh my god. Oh my god. She clutches her skirt, the words seemingly stuck in her throat as she takes a moment to force them out.
私は、ほのかちゃんに本当のことを伝えたかった。私があの世界にいるって、どうやって知ったの？シノさんは、米原さんの仲間なの？あの金髪の人も。
Oh, girl, your gut.
そこまでたどり着けてるなら、私が言えることはあんまりなさそうだね。
Ugh. Then we call Shino Gantai for like no apparent reason? Oh my god, you will call this woman everything but her actual name!
I think over her answer, only to find myself lacking anything further to say. Now that I know they were working together, what now? What was I hoping to hear?
I will call her my wife? Jesus Christ.
Picking herself up from the seat with her usual sprightly energy, she seems to return to her normal bubbly self. Seeing her flip between emotions feels more than a little jarring.
切り上げちゃってごめん。車を待たせてるんだ。慰めになるかわからないけど、意識ははっきりしてるみたいで安心したよ。また来るから、ね。
I give a nod, but we both know that won't happen. She stops before the door to give a little wave. I return it as best I can with my right hand before she soon skips out. Wait, is that the end of Shino then? Exhausted from that one small exchange, I sink back into my bed. The doctor said I'll need to be here a while to regain my strength, so it shouldn't be a surprise. Thankfully, my professors have been understanding, though calling from a hospital bed probably helped my argument. My grades were already getting worse from everything going on. Saving my studies will be a miracle. The door handle rattles not moments after. Shino's probably forgotten her precious phone or something. As the door latches back closed, however, I don't hear a greeting. Confused, I let my eyes roll back towards the entrance. Is it her? It is her. Why are you here? Oh, you're here. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh no. My heart jumps at the sight. That's the wrong sister. Panic finally giving way to reason. My hand flies out to the nurse call button beside the bed. My eyes not daring to glance away from the woman. What? Flames suddenly burst out of it, making me yelp in pain as my hand recoils. All I can do is cradle my singed fingers while desperately stuffing down my rising fear, the flames vanishing as quickly as they appeared.
一歩でも近づいたら人を呼ぶわ。それは賢明とは言えないわね。
What is happening? What is happening? My heart sinks at her dulcet, almost bored tone. All sense of urgency ebbs away as fear gives way to helplessness. If she intended to hurt me, she could have easily have done so by now. I realize there's little choice but to surrender, settling for an almost childish sulking as the scarlet glow of her eyes slowly fade to the normal dull black.
Thea! Hi, Thea! Hi! Hi, Thea! How are you? I didn't know if it was gonna, like, I didn't think it was gonna be Tatiana, but I didn't think it was gonna be her. But, like, if she's here, that's not good for Yasue. That means Yasue lost.
なんのよ。私をからかいに来たの。
Are they doomed Yuri?
話をつけに来たの。自分のしたことに責任があるもの。ささやかな慈悲というものよ。
Did you kill her?
I keep my eyes pinned to her as she takes a seat. Her attitude is aloof as ever.
あなたが崇拝しているあの女の言葉を借りるなら、日常の生活など舞台上の芝居と変わらない。俳優たちが生まれ、瞬く間に消え、別のものに取って代わられる。あなたは偽りの魔法で舞台裏を覗き、普通の人間が想像すらできない世界に触れた。あの世界から生きて戻れた者はほとんどいない。
全部知っているんでしょ。安江のことも血の魔法のことも本のことも。
As the words leave my lips, a stinging pain lances my heart. Left at her mercy, I just sink back further into the bed as realization turns to slow, painful resignation.
奪ったんでしょ。私から何もかも全部。
普通の人間が血の魔法を使って魔法使いになるなど、人の言葉を真似て泣くオウムが人間になれると望むに等しい。血の魔法に関する本なんて私にはどうでもいいの。
あ
あ。じゃあ本はまだ。
言っておくけれど、無駄な望みは抱かぬことね。私が雇った者たちは私よりも厳しい。あの本は彼女たちの手に渡るなり火にくべられたわ。
Okay, so they destroyed the book.
本は灰と塵と化したわ。何者も二度とあの魔法に誘惑されないでしょうね。血の魔法は歴史に消えていく。
Okay. Steeling myself as best I can, I summon my will to ask the question I so dread. I have a small suspicion that they didn't destroy the book. No, Tatiana was very against the book. And so was Koru. Like, those two were really against the book.
じゃあ安江はどうなったの？
Is she dead? Did we kill Yasue? Oh, am I gonna press space and you're gonna tell me she's dead? I swear to God, if I hit the space button and that woman is dead and you took her from me. Oh my God. Oh no. That's not an answer. Come on. No, they killed her. Nonohara is content to close her eyes and let the answer wash over me. A long and terrible silence hanging in the room. A black, acrid feeling wells up. Hate for the woman, yes, but not simply that. Powerlessness. Impotent rage, which can go nowhere and do nothing.
あなたは怪物よ。自分の姉によくもあんなことが。
なぜ魔術を使う者を怪物扱いするのか、あなたたちの思い込みは理解できそうにないわね。娘よ、私が生きてきた年月と目の当たりにした恐怖を考えてみなさい。人が人に何気なくなす残酷さを知らないでしょ。私はかつて個人的な問題に対処するために一度だけ力を使った。
And another to the list of dead blonde wives.
あなたの知ったことではない。
Stop killing my favorite women!
どうして最初からあの本を持っていかなかったの？私を捕まえようとした理由は、私をこんなに長く苦しめてどういうつもり？
Oh my God.
あなたを守るためよ。
To protect...
私を守る？
I spluttered the words in disbelief. The woman unmoved, even as tears well in my
成
eyes.
功したでしょ。こうして今あなたと話せているのが何よりの証拠よ。
I grit my teeth to suppress a scream of misery, my stomach turning and face twisting in disgust. What a sick joke this all is. Yet all I can do is watch everything happen around me, just as I always have. All this time, I really was useless.
まさか私が感謝するなんて思っていないでしょうね。
She gives a small sigh. What an odd, almost human slip of her composure.
こういう議論になるから魔術師ではない人間との会話はつまらないのよ。
She's so hot, but everything she is speaking right now makes me wish she wouldn't speak. But she's so hot. Oh, I'm so conflicted.
私の懸念は自分が罪を犯してしまうことだった。姉を放っておいたせいで無関係なものが巻き込まれてしまったのですもの。
With that, she takes to her feet.
どう言い訳しようと、あなたを恨む気持ちに変わりはないわ。
結構よ。私を憎みたければ憎めばいい。あなたの許しなんて必要ないもの。
As she moves to leave, all I can do is turn away. I know she takes no joy in seeing my misery, if she can find joy at all, but I feel too much shame in my own self to show my face. Realizing the sound of the door shutting hasn't rung out, I reluctantly look back towards it. As Lady Yonohara is about to close it behind her, leaving my life forever, the thought spurs one final question.
一つだけ教えて。どうしてあなたは憎い世界で生きていられるの？
She stands still with the door ajar, face remaining set as if time itself had
私
paused.
にもわからない。
Oh. That's one way to say Wait. You're right though, Jesus. Time resumes as a long, slow creak reverberates around the room, the door latching shut behind her. And so, I'm alone again. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay, we're still going. What happens from here? The trees ringing the cemetery lie bare, the winter's chill having seen to the leaves. With a grass field covered by frost, all to be seen are so many pillars of granite rising from the white snow. The Asakawa family grave stands among them. On its side, 2 names are written. Shino? Huh. I lay my vivid bouquet before it, before stepping back in solemn silence, as if in response a freezing breeze whistles through the bare, spindly branches around me. Another sound soon rings out across the quiet cemetery. The rhythmic tap of Tatiana's smart business shoes as she walks up beside me.
待ちくたびれたの？
そんなところだ。
She looks down to the freshly placed flowers on the grave, their color out of place in the otherwise maudlin gray and white of our surroundings.
紫のヒヤシンス。
Eddie! It's late where I am, so I have to sleep, but I hope you're enjoying. Thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate it. We're going through so many emotions right now. I can't believe that my pretty woman has just been absolutely like eviscerated. I'm in my emotions for that one. I gotta catch up on the VODs on YouTube. I don't have rights. Oh, no. I'm actually updating my VODs now. Like, I'm actually posting them. So, like, they're, like, up to date. You know what I mean? Like, I actually have been consciously making sure I upload my VODs on time. You should be proud of me. Normally, it takes, like, 6 to 9 months for me to upload my VODs. This would have been stuck for 6 to 9 months. I actually only just recently did all of my VODs. Over the last, like... I didn't touch VOD upload from September until May. I just had them all backed up and I didn't actually do it. But I'm up to date. I'm like all the way up to date.
UV! So this one will go up really fast. UV! Please don't know. Oh no. That's wild that y'all don't get like VODs. Like that genuinely surprises me because I remember one of my friends was mentioning that and I was like, what? I think the main reason I started uploading VODs was because one of Shura and I's friends wanted to watch a collab between us and couldn't. So then I had to upload it onto YouTube so that they could. Like, I distinctly remember that. But yeah, I'm traumatized. I'm going through my emotions. You took my hot woman. Like, she just got, like, removed, eviscerated. The Twitch business was shut down in Korea on February 27th. Please visit. Oh my goodness. Huh. 2024. They're a bit late on that one. Yeah, I can't believe, like, she's just been, like, removed from like, we lost the book and we lost her. And now it's like, Shino, can you, like, put us in there? Because, like, if that's the last time I'm gonna see her, I'm gonna crash out myself. I don't care about how Haneka's feeling. I'm feeling my emotions about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's my girly pop. That's my woman. That was the love of my life. That was my hot MILF woman. And now I don't have a MILF in my life? This is a tragedy. I had my MILF taken away from me. I can't speak today. Oh my god, I'm in my emotions right now. But we're up to what? Act 3, Scene 3, I think. We found out Shino's most like all of Shino, like, law, I think. Had my MILF taken away. Yeah, I did. I had my hot older woman taken from me. What is the point of life if my hot woman has been removed from my life? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going through it. She was so hot. And so, and like, the CG of her, the song, this, I have a favorite CG now, by the way, and it was literally the one of her being, like, the, like, first meeting TM. Like, that's actually my favorite now, just so you're, like, up to date with, like, what my favorite is. Because I know I keep changing it, and it's probably, like, it's that one. It's settled on that one now, thank you. That's how it is. I'm just saying, like, that's, oh, it was so good. I was going insane. And I have very mixed feelings about Yonahara now. I have very mixed feelings about Yonahara because she is so hot. But some of the things she says, oh my god, some of the things she says. We yelled at Suriko to good because it was incredible and I loved it. And oh, the pose was stunning. I'm in my feelings. She says them so hotly, I know, but when she speaks, I read the words and part of me tells her that she needs to stop talking. I love her, but she needs to stop. I can't believe she killed my hot older woman.
花言葉は許し。娘さんがあんなに苦しんだからね。
And now we're in our
せめて
feelings.
これだけでもと思って。
And now we're never gonna see her again. And we're gonna go through it. And it's just... We have gone through such an emotional roller coaster in the last few of these streams, I feel. We have gone through a very, very emotional roller coaster. I will say, I do like Shino's lore. I hope we get more. Because I'm curious, but from what I'm picking up, Shino's just able to just keep changing bodies. And I'm curious. It's okay, you can watch stream to get your wife back. I can't let you can't out me like that. You can't do that to me. You can't out me like that. Like, you can't do that to me, Weeb, because you can't do that to me. When it's right there. It's fucked up. She'll go to bed soon, but I'm excited to catch up. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. I hope you stay safe, make good choices, and get some really good rest tonight.
I hope your Women Wednesday ends with some peaceful sleep because you deserve it. It's very important, TBH. And I'm gonna cry. Hope you enjoy the rest of the game. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be in my feelings. There's gonna be so many emotions. God bless. She gives a sullen nod before joining me and silently paying my respects. I want a plane tomorrow, so I need that early... Praying for you to get that. I'm manifesting that sleep. Oh my god. Please safe flight. Please sleep well. Oh my god. Sleep, like, being on planes is a absolute tragedy. Oh god. Plane flights are horrible. Perhaps seconds later, perhaps minutes, a family arrives and meets with the local priest. After exchanging pleasantries, he leads them off to another area of the cemetery. Its graves newer than these. Even here, life continues on. Okay.
お前は魔術師だろ。
ヒヒ。
なんとなく気づいてたんでしょ？
魔術師の直感というやつだな。
Okay. I give a small smile in spite of myself. It doesn't last long.
ずっと疑っていたが、今ここではっきりさせておきたい。お前が偶然私たちの計画に加わったとは思えない。カオルと話しても、最近お前の話ばかりだ。カオルの目を欺けても、私には通用しない。お前の行動は矛盾ばかりだ。お前は米原様が私たちを雇う数日前に仕事を求めてやってきた。根なし草なのに、どういうわけか。世界中を旅する金を持っていて、カオルの過去を気にも留めない。それは目をつぶるとしても、最後の失態だけは見過ごせなかった。
Slip on.
私とカオルがほのかの家から離脱したとき、お前もあの場に戻ってきたばかりだった。
どうしてそう思ったの？
車内が冷えていたからだ。車を降りたとき、車内はヒーターがついていて暖かかった。
The fucking car is the
お前は
tell?
エンジンもかけていなかった。
何回やってもエンジンがかからなかったって言ったら信じてくれる？
嘘が下手だな。
Damn.
練習が足りなかったかな。
I give a long breath in defeat. As usual, the cloud of condensation never comes forth. Of all the places to have this conversation, perhaps this one is darkly appropriate.
私の魔術は魂を他のものに定着させることでね。前の体と身元はとっくに埋葬されてて、魂だけを私が作った器に移してる。何度も何度も新しい体に転移してきた。今の体もその一つ。
Okay.
おかしいよね。前は嘘をつかなきゃいけないことばかりでずっと嘘をついてた。それこそ息を吐くようにね。
ならなぜやめた？
道徳的にと言いたいところだけど、そうじゃないの。生きる意味を見つけたから。正確には自分で作った。人間って面白いよね。嘘をつくと何もかもつまらなくなっちゃう。ゲームをつまらなくするチートコードみたいにさ。
お前はもう自分を人間だと思っていないのか？強い魔術師は人間らしさを維持しようとあがくものだが、それをただ捨てたと。
そりゃ何世代も生きたら自分の経験が普通の人間のものとは全く違うって思うよ。
Okay. I look up to the oldest part of the cemetery, just a few rows over. Yonahara's emptiness is the same as what I feel. The same that Honoka feels.
人間は死を恐れるけど、その死こそ人間を人間たらしめている。悲しいパラドックスだよね。
That's a really good quote. That's actually a really good quote.
だからこの件に関わろうとしたのか。
I give a simple nod.
似てるんだよね。昔の私とほのかちゃん。あの子は他の人より高く飛べたのに、絶望に飲まれてしまってた。うつ病が辛いのは悲しいからじゃない。苦しいのは悲しみが欠けてしまったから。いずれ涙も出なくなる。幸せもない。本当に何もないの。悲しみよりも深い虚しさが残るだけ。誰も口にしないのはもう一つの部分。心の中から湧き上がってくる闇。闇は人を蝕み、壊そうとする毒。毒に蝕まれれば不公平な世界への怒りへと変わる。私も感じたことがある。あなたを退けたほのかちゃんにその怒りを感じたの。だからほのかちゃんに証明したかった。この世界には生きる価値があるって。どんなに欠点だらけでも誰も見限るべきじゃないと思ったから。
うまくいったのか。
ダメだった。
お前のせいじゃないし、他の誰のせいでもない。人生とは正しいと思ったことを全て成しても時に失敗するものだ。
She runs a hand through her hair, perhaps pulling herself out of the situation for a moment to reflect.
改めて言うが、私はお前を説教できる立場ではない。それにしても、お前が何世代も追えとは信じられん。
よく言われる。
どうやら私は風変わりなはぐれ者を拾う癖があるらしい。
Okay. But what about Yasue? Scene 5, at the edge of nowhere. I idly swing my legs to and fro as I sit at the counter in Tatiana's bar, browsing websites on my phone while barely registering what's actually on the screen. I don't make much of a barfly. I think I'll leave this scene to the pros like Tatiana. In a brief moment of focus, I look at the date at the top of the screen. Monica's hospital stay will be ending in a few days. Whether to visit her afterwards to make sure she gets back on her feet is an idea I've talked myself into and out of constantly. Movement from the corner of my eye makes me look to Tatiana, my companion cleaning the various nozzles and utensils to prepare for the night's customers. Most of the time I see her here, she's cleaning something or another. Everything has to be perfect in her little slice of the world.
で、タチアナはどう思ってんの？好きな人のために過去の世界へなんてロマンチックじゃない？
そういう考えには興味がない。なぜか。
Dentistry.
歯の治療だ。
So true.
は？
みんな過去に戻りたいと言うが、遠い歴史の時代に生きるのはどうかな。一見楽しそうだが、それも歯に問題が生じるまでだ。現代の歯科技術がなければ一転苦痛の時代へと変わる。
They're kind of real for that because I experienced like nerve death in a tooth once, and that pain was so bad that my torn ligaments, my appendix like trying to burst from my body, the dislocated like joint, like fucking hip that I experienced, like the tear in my like ligaments in my like calf were nothing in comparison to the pain of that one fucking tooth. So like she's real for that. I remember literally at one point in time just being curled up on my bathroom floor, just in and out of like being like functioning because of how bad the pain had gotten. Like, that is like a core memory, because I had like never really realized that I had like put a slight slash, like snapped a bit of my tooth and it got infected. And I didn't know because I can't feel pain properly, and it was on the side that I couldn't feel it, so I never really noticed that there was an issue until it was too late and the nerve was dying. And it was also so fucking expensive to fix that. But yeah, that came out of the blue one day and it just fucked me up. I was just not even like coherent. It was crazy. Like, she's real for that. Like, I would not go back in time for the same reason.
そりゃ気分いいものじゃないだろうけど、最悪でも歯を抜けばいいでしょ。
手術で麻酔が使われ始めたのは1804年。ペニシリンが発見されたのは1928年、1938年とする説もある。
Okay. So true. A little bit nerd emoji, but she's right.
私が言いたいのは、古い時代の人生は苦痛に満ち、人々は往々にして短命だったということだ。もちろん、現代を擁護するつもりはないが、過去の時代より過ごしやすいのは間違いない。
そういえばさ、タチアナは自分のことを一度も教えてくれたことなかったよね。昔はどんな風だったの？
知り合ってそれなりに立つが、どう思う？
ちょっと王子っぽいよね。
Princeling?
最初で当てるとはな。私はロシアの金持ちにありがちな家に生まれ、甘やかされてきた。モスクワで生まれ、乳母をつけられ、
Ballerina?
通い、休暇を品のいい別荘で過ごす。お決まりの暮らしな。将来、プロのバレリーナとなるべく、レッスン好きの毎日だった。
What?
そりゃすごい。じゃあ、そのブルジョワお嬢が何もかも投げ出して札幌でバーをやるきっかけは何だったの？
子供の頃は幸せだった。私が知る唯一の世界は贅沢で大敗的なシャボン玉で包まれているようなものだった。だが成長するにつれて視界の端に何かがちらつき始めた。何かがおかしいという違和感だ。両親がある話題に触れる時だけ声を潜めること。行方不明になる人々。運転手付きの車で通学する最中に窓の外を流れ過ぎていった貧しい暮らし。それらが針となり、一つまた一つとシャボン玉に刺さっていく。10代になり、ようやくその矛盾はどこから来るのか調べたいという好奇心が生まれた。なぜ私はこんなにも裕福なのに他のものは違うのか。
それがご両親に何か関係が
Ow. She finally stops wiping the counter and puts the cloth away, giving me her attention.
ソ連が崩壊すると、あらゆる国や企業がその残骸に飛びついた。ショック療法。経済学者たちはそう呼んだ。実態はただの略奪だがな。帝国という死骸から肉をむしり取ろうとハゲタカが押し寄せてきたのだ。異国の者たちだけではなかった。国内の有力者も率先して加わった。貧しい者は貧しいまま、金持ちは想像を絶するほどの富を手に入れた。
ご両親もそうだったんだね。
She gives a nod as her brow furrows.
その時、シャボン玉が弾け、私は世界の本当の姿を目の当たりにした。祖国でも魔術師の待遇は悪いが、私たちは裕福な魔術師だ。不穏な噂は噂である限り金で解決させた。
Huh.
あの生活を裏で支えていたものを知ってからは、自分の手が血で汚れているように思えてならなかった。それで 関わりのあるものをすべて焼き払い、この地で新しい生活を始めたというわけだ。というわけで、別に悲しい過去があるわけじゃない。金持ちの子供が両親に金を突き返しただけだ。ほのかには同情するが、私は自分の意志で両親を失った。
Satisfied she's covered everything, she pulls a bottle from behind the counter and begins pouring it into a small glass she plucks from above. Knowing this also makes her answer to traveling back in history more logical. Not many would want to go back to a country's collapse, nor the rough days of the wars. Or the days of the SARS, for that matter.
理にかなってるとは思うけど、だからってなんで全部ほっぽり出してバーを始めるわけ？
魔術師は世間から切り離されがちな。米原様を見て、自分もいつかああなるのかと思ってな。魔術であれ、金であれ、力のあるものは得てしてああなるものだろう。
Huh.
この店は私を現実の世界につなぎ止めてくれる。探偵の仕事もそうだ。薫も自分がその一部を追っていると気づいていると思う。
At the mention of Koru, her eyes glance towards something stuck behind one of the pillars. I've seen her look towards it once or twice before, but couldn't figure out what it was at the time. She's stuck a photo of Koru behind there. Knowing Tatiana, I doubt she'd let her know that.
付き合ってるの？
良くも悪くもな。いつ気づくのかと思っていた。
I stuffed down my smile at her attempt to play it cool. The glass suddenly slides over the polished counter towards me. The pale yellow hue and sweet smell hints at a citrus liquor inside. I wonder how she knew that I like sweet liquors such as this. Guess you don't work as a bartender for so long without picking up a few tricks.
さて、つまらない話を聞いてくれて。
My god, thank you!
お礼を言わなきゃいけないのはこっち。職なし、家なしの私を受け入れてくれてるんだもん。
新聞に広告を出しているわけじゃない。お前は私たちのしていることをすべて把握していた。
Oh,
それが都合が良かっただけだ。
You gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? You say hello. You can have one free hello. You get one free hello. You gonna do it? Hello. Mom. One free hello? Okay, well that was not what I asked you to do at all. That was gross. Never mind.
この店は雑居ビルの一軒に過ぎない。私たちの探偵業は知るべきものだけが知っている。
But Millie, no, it's Moot. I have Moot and Cinder in the room with me today. Millie is in my bedroom because I don't think I can ever have her in this room when I stream because she is such a yapper. She out-yaps me. And like, even today in VC, I was sitting there, like, I was laying in the bed, like on the VC on my phone with like Lucky and Maury and Shura, and every time I would reply to them, they could hear Millie talk as well. Because if I speak around her, she just replies. She thinks I'm always talking to her. So if I tried to stream, you would just hear her meowing all the time because she thinks that we're having a conversation. She also recognizes her name now. Like, I'm very proud of her. She's learned her name. So if any of you tricked me into saying her name, she would yap. She would yap her head off. She's so funny for it though. So yeah, I don't think she's ever gonna be in the stream room because otherwise we're not getting anything done. Like, Cinder is nice and quiet. She's sleeping in her cardboard box. Moot is down at my feet sleeping. These two are like, they know what to do. They sleep, they rest, they're nice and peaceful. Cinder sometimes is a little bit silly, but we coexist nicely. Millie is a terror, God bless her. Millie is a yapper that just out-yaps anything.
But she does use the pretty bed, so she at least has that win going for her. Do you know what I mean? Cardboard box and not her fancy bed. I literally, sir, I gave up with Cinder trying to sleep on that fancy bed, and I put it in my bedroom for Millie. And Millie fucking loves that bed. I see her in it daily, multiple times. She goes and she curls up in that bed and she rests her head on the side of it and she looks at me and she is so content. She loves it. Cinder will not sleep in anything other than that fucking box up there. Like, I look behind me, she's fucking zonked on that cardboard box. It is literally a cardboard box on its side. She looks like a fucking stray cat. She's just like that, I think. Which is funny, I got her as a kitten off the streets, so she has known only luxury. Millie, on the other hand, feral cat until she was 3 and took 2 years to get adopted because she's 5. Loves her bed, doesn't want to sleep on anything like that, is not comfy as hell. I will never understand the duality that I have going on for me.
ちゃんと看板を出してみたら2人のこと知ったら依頼したいって思う人増えるんじゃない
得意客には私たちがあまり知られていないことを気に入ってるものが多い。
So true. She makes a fair point. As she gets back to her cleaning of the counter, I throw back the drink before me. It's certainly not highbrow. I savor the sugary taste and distinctly alcoholic burn as it washes down my throat. Looking back to the glass, I swish around the remaining dregs as I let the flavor linger. It's a shame how short a nice drink lasts. Just one more gulp and it'll be gone. All that'll be left is the momentary enjoyment it gave me.
シノ、ここに長くとどまる気はないんだろう。
She read me like a book. Not that my wistful pondering would exactly be hard to notice.
物には執着しないたちなの。手放す方が楽でしょ
Said as much to myself as her, the words hang in the air. They take on an unintended note of melancholy. I thought I was long used to this by now.
私たちよりはるかに長く生きているなら執着し続けるのは面倒だろうな。それでも
We're broken from our reverie by the bar door opening. Maybe I'll have a chat with tonight's first patron to take my mind off things. Oh. Hey, girl. That idea abruptly dashes against the rocks as I look over to the graceful figure stepping into the room, her brilliant red kimono covered by that ominous black shawl. Tatiana's surprise at seeing her out and about is no different than mine. As usual, Yonohara retains her typical aloof expression. I'd call her inscrutable were she anyone else, but I've quickly learned that she's hardly interested in hiding her emotions. This is simply her view of a world she's long since grown bored of.
驚いているよね。営業中ではなかったの
Oh. With some effort, the bartender forces down her emotions and puts her professional facade back on. The woman walks, practically glides, over before neatly seating herself on the stool next to me and clasping her gloved hands on the counter.
もちろん空いていますよ、米原様。今夜は何になさいますか？ハイボールはいかがでしょう？最近流行りの飲み物です。
最近の流行りに興味はないわ。目当ては売り物ではないもの。
Huh?
何のことかわかりませんね。
あなたにわかる必要はないわ。
Her gaze lazily shifts from the blonde woman before us towards me. What could she possibly want with... In a blink of an eye, Tatiana, the bar, and everything else vanishes.
Tatiana!
The words don't reach anyone, nor do they echo about. They simply disappear into the void around me. I bring my hands in front of my face just to check that my eyes are even open. A deathly chill comes over me, a ringing in my ears replacing the total silence. I reach out and step this way and that, only to find nothing but darkness around me. Every sense screams at me that something is deeply wrong. An old feeling slowly returns, one I haven't felt in many, many years. Like a growing vine, the clutches of dread wrap around my mind and begin to constrict. Huh?
怖いという感覚はあるのね。ずっと気になっていたの。
そう。あなたの仕業だったんだ。
Even I can hear the nervous edge to my voice. I know when I've been outplayed, the wizened mage having me in the palm of her hand. She seems to take no pride in this, acting as if nothing had happened at all.
ここはどこなの？
どこでもないわ。厳密にはね。
安江さんに使ったのと同じ魔術なんでしょ？
察しがいいのね。そうよ。姉のおかげで私は自分の魔術がいかに有用か理解できたの。皮肉なものね。安心なさい。今回は一時的なものだから、ちょっとした密談に邪魔が入らないようにしただけよ。
Thank you for the hydrate. Let me get a sip. Oh, and a stretch? Okay. The word temporary is enough to make me relax, albeit only a little. She isn't the type to bother with subterfuge or deceit. She means what she says.
興味があるのはタチアナの方だと思ってた。
あの娘は腕は立つけれどまだ若い。成長が楽しみね。でもあなたを知って気になったの。
へえ、大魔術師の米原様ともあろう方が盗み聞きとはね。
私を浅川ほのかと一緒にしないで。タチアナに言ったことの本当の意味は分かっている。あなた、本当は何歳なの？
女性に年齢を聞くのは失礼だって知らないの？
女性、男性、両性、どれにも当てはまらない。都合よく使い分けているくせに。人類最大の恐怖、死を超越したんだもの。私、いいえ、全人類より上だと思っているのかしらね。
I briefly considered dodging her question again. She seems to have little interest in forcing a response, as she well could, but I decide to indulge Yonohara for her efforts. I get the feeling this isn't entirely about me either.
長く生きてきて人間がどうしてあんなに眩しいのか分かったよ。いい人の魂も悪い人の魂も目がくらむくらい輝いてる。他人のために一生を捧げる人もいれば、戦火で生きることを諦める人もいる。でもほとんどの人はそうじゃない。ただありのままに満足してるだけ。シンプルに生きて、この世界に生まれた時よりもちょっとだけいい状態で去っていく。つまずくこともあるけど、立ち上がってまた歩き出す。こうやって世界は次の世代に引き継がれていく。
Okay.
私は他の人たちと比べて何かが欠けてる。何かって死なんだけどさ、経験できないわけだし、魂の炎は消えたわけじゃないけど、命がけで何かをやるってことができなくて、感覚が鈍るんじゃないかな。誰にでも訪れる終わりが来ないんだもん。ってことで、あなたの質問に答えるなら、私はどんな人間よりも劣ってる。だからこそ、ほのかちゃんを大事にしたい。希望はあるって証明したいの。きっとあの子が安江さんを好きになったのも、安江さんの存在が希望そのものだったからだと思う。
Huh.
私に人間の価値を認めさせたいなら無駄だと言っておくわ。人間の醜さはうんざりするほど見てきたもの。
認めさせる必要なんてないよ。あなた自身がその証拠だもん。だって少なくとも一人のことは大切に思ってるんでしょ。
Oh. She closes her eyes in frustration. It's a small victory, but I'll take it.
これ以上話しても無駄ね。チェシャ猫と話しても仕方がないわ。
気まぐれでここに引っ張り込んだわけじゃないでしょ。目的があったはずよ。
Huh.
ほのかちゃんの事件はまだ終わってない。そういうこと。
浅川さんは愛する者をそう簡単に諦めないでしょうね。それに頭がいいし意志が強い。あなたが浅川さんの件にまた首を突っ込むだろうと思ったからここに呼んだの。これは私が負うべき責務よ。
All this to tell me to stay away. She still thinks she alone can dictate Honoka's fate.
おとなしく従うとでも。
とにかく目的は伝えたわ。
My confidence renewed now that I better understand her motives. I step near the woman and hiss. There is no need for me to wear the face of Shino here.
思春期をこじらせたあんたの虚無主義に付き合うのはもうたくさん。でもこれだけは言っとく。どうなろうとも自分の行動の結果を受け入れなさいよ、米原さん。
The moment gives the woman pause, finally getting through to her. For the first time, she stumbles over a reply.
あなたもね。
私はとっくに覚悟ができてる。
そう、楽しみだわ。
A mere blink and the world returns. The deluge of information after being stuck in total void assaults my senses, leaving me dazed for a good few moments just trying to take everything in. Tatiana looks no less confused than I am, looking between Yonohara and I with a look of total bafflement. Memories returning, her barely concealed resentment at what surely happened simmers just beneath the surface. Yonohara doesn't respond to her irritation. The fact Tatiana still keeps it to herself shows she needn't do so.
疲れたので失礼するわ。ここでの用は終わったもの。
With that, she simply slides off her stool and begins walking to the door. She casts one last glance towards me before leaving. As she does, I realize the exasperation written on my own face. A reckoning will come, that much is clear. The only question is, whose will it be? Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. The final play. As the door creaks shut behind me, the outside world is shut away once again. After a couple weeks stay in the hospital, my discharge would come in the middle of winter. The taxi ride home was a quiet one, just as my medical stay had been. Hanging my coat and bag beside the door practically by reflex, I turn about and take stock. The house is freezing, having been unoccupied for so long. The damage to the house remains, as does much of the blood. I suppose I'll need to learn how to deal with insurance. In the end, the police investigation went nowhere. I never thought it would, given the vague recollection I ended up having of the woman who attacked me. She'd easily blend into the multitude of tourists here for the snowfields and recent snow festival. The whole ordeal ended up just another headline to scroll by in the media feeds. Lingering scars on the house from my rage are the only testament to what happened here. I step forwards, running my fingers over the shattered stair railings. It's striking how violent the episode was, the rush of fear and anger replaying every time I fitfully sleep. I really did all this. I never imagined this frail body had so much strength, nor my mind so much anger. As for Yasue, my time in the hospital gave me altogether too much time to think. Too much time to remember. Bracing myself, I gingerly tiptoe up the stairs towards the study. I can only imagine what's been taken, between the police having combed the house and those Yonohara hired, returning to take what they wanted. The mess inside makes my heart sink. Bloodstains still mingle with chalk, my once carefully arranged desk now a shambles. Feeling something underfoot, I step back to see a bullet hole from the shot that hit me. The memory only makes my wounds all the more sore. Rubbing my arm in a now familiar motion, I step towards the broken window and my desk below it. No book is to be seen. I knew this would be the case. There was no way so many people would have been through here without it being taken. It still stings all the same. That was my only way to reach Yasue, the only light in my life after so long in the darkness. Yet, all might not be lost. Perhaps, if I'm lucky for once in my life, there's still a way. I swallow as I reach for the drawer. I'd slipped my laptop inside, my breathing shallow as I bring my fingers over the handle. One brief moment, my breathing stops as I slide it out. As the old wooden drawer reluctantly opens, the sight of my ever-reliable computer greets me. A wave of relief washes over me, the paranoia and shame from all I've done paying off. Oh, they foreshadowed this. Filled with renewed purpose, I quickly place it on the desk and open it, my heart racing as it boots up. As I log in and open this file and that to see how much I have to work with, I realize my hands are shaking above the keyboard. I don't even have to think about my next steps. I had plenty of time to do that in hospital. Pulling some chalk from another drawer, I crouch down and do my best to recreate the transference markings from the notes I've kept. Minutes of sketching later and I come to my feet. The result isn't perfect, I can tell that much, but rereading my notes makes me a little more confident in this working. It's not like I have any choice anyway. Setting the chalk down, I dig out my well-used knife from under a fallen lamp. My stomach is empty and my throat is dry. My clothes are poorly suited for the middle of winter, and the house around me is in a ruinous state. None of that matters now. This is my one last hope. I have to know what's happened to her. Yasue is all I have left. Without a moment's hesitation, I slash my arm while gritting my teeth through the pain. My body is just a tool. What happens to it, to me, means nothing. After tracing out the pattern below, I right myself and take a deep, shuddering breath. As the room glows bright and I close my eyes once more, I try to stuff down my growing fear. This will be a step into the unknown. I have no idea what will happen, nor what I'll find. With the magic taking effect sooner than expected, I barely have time to stash the knife into the back of my pants before my thoughts and feelings begin to swirl about. One final time, I surrender myself to the surging torrent.
If she's not there, I'm gonna be so sad.
Let her be alive. For me, please. It's old black. God damn it. God damn it. I gradually opened my eyes to find nothing. I don't understand. Did the spell fail? Everything happened as it usually does, yet all that's around me is a blank void. Holding my hands up before me, I can see them clearly. Tapping the blankness with my foot proves the ground is solid, if invisible. It's frightfully cold, yet no clouds come from my breath. At once, a deep and terrifying realization sweeps over me. This is the purgatory that Lady Onahara sentenced her sister to, before that wondrous illusion was created. The world I shared with Yasue no longer exists. This isn't possible. Hi, Singa. This can't be true. Yasue is all I had left. She can't be gone.
Yasue?
Trying to stifle my panic, I begin to walk. Tears well up in my eyes as my pace begins to quicken, heading in no particular direction. An awful silence is all to be heard, even my own footsteps not producing so much as a whisper. Hi, do you want kisses? There you go.
Yasue, いるの? 答えて、お願い!
My walk turns to a run as I desperately search for something. Anything to show she might be here. Yet no matter how far I run, no matter how desperately I might yearn, nothing pierces the blackness surrounding me. Tears streak my cheeks as I flick my head to and fro. My heart races and hands shake with a mixture of fear and desperation.
Yasue! お願い! 何か言って! いるのは分かってる! ここにいるはずよ.
Man. As my forlorn words disappear into the void, my energy leaves me as my legs collapse. Dropping to the ground, all I can do is clutch at my chest as a sharp pain lances my heart. My very tears vanish as they fall from my cheeks. The last of my hope flickers and disappears as a candle's fading flame is blown out. It's over. Just like the days after I lost my parents, I'm all alone. With the flame of hope extinguished, the cold around me seeps in. I can't even look forward to the release of death. All I can do is uselessly weep. Useless as I've always been. Then, as I look up in anguish, I notice something. One small dot of light lies ahead. It's barely more than a pinprick, but it's there. Dragging myself to my feet, I begin to stagger towards it. I have nothing else to live for. Perhaps minutes pass, perhaps hours. Time doesn't pass normally for me anymore. My entire existence is now dedicated to reaching that light. As I get closer and closer, it barely becomes any larger. Summoning the last of my energy, I begin to run, carried on by sheer desperation. The vague patch of light in the darkness begins to form details, the outlines of buildings coming into view. There's something there. Some part of the Meiji world is still here. That means Yasue has to be. She's still alive! Oh, thank God. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh. Oh, that's so upsetting. Without so much as a word, I rush forward on seeing her. The woman slumped haphazardly on the steps of a shrine. She barely stirs as I pull her into my arms, eyes frantically checking over her bloodied kimono. I can only guess at how wounded she is. I can't think of anything else to say. My happiness at seeing her again slain by the sight of her in such a state. Looking about us, the last remnants of the Meiji world amount to barely more than a patch of land maintained by the dredges of her power. Even now, the edges slowly disappear into the void. where I too have found her just a few hours later. Yasue gives a sudden sharp cough, refocusing my thoughts as she tries to cover her mouth. My worst fears are realized as she pulls away her hand, her palm stained a bright scarlet.
心配していたのよ。私をしっかりして助けを呼ばなきゃ。
She looks so pretty, and I feel bad for saying that because she's kind of like dying right now.
残念だけど、もう手遅れよ。
Everyone's always worried for me. As soon as I have to do something for someone, I can't help them at all. As tears fall once more, Yasue weakly raises her hand to brush my cheek. Her smile breaks my heart. She's already accepted something I can't let myself admit.
大丈夫よ、ほのか。ほとんど力を使い果たしてしまったけれど、最後にもう一度あなたに会いたくて、どうにか持ちこたえていたの。おかげで、こうしてあなたに会えた。ちゃんとさよならを言えて、本当によかった。
They're taking my MILF away.
最後に一つ、お願いを聞いてもらえるかしら。ねえ、笑顔を見せてほしいの。あなたの綺麗な笑顔を覚えていたいから。
I try briefly, but it's all I can manage to contort my face into an uncomfortable, disfigured caricature. I give up and shake my head, mind still desperately reeling through anything I could possibly do to save her.
できないよ。そんなの無理だよ。ごめんなさいね。無理なことを頼んでしまって。なら、せめて、どうか私のことを覚えていて。
I bite my lip to stop myself from losing control, realizing she's given up. I can't agree. I can't do this. I don't want to let her go, not so soon after finding her. This isn't fair.
まだ終わりじゃない。何か手があるはずよ。
She looks at me pitiably, making me feel all the worse for not accepting what she's already come to terms with. It's a miracle she's even held on until I found her. A miserable silence passes between us, the last of our time together passing in stubborn refusal to admit the obvious. So what if this wasn't a world I was supposed to see? Yasue's still someone who deserves love. She deserves a long and happy life. She deserves it far more than I ever have. As the moments pass, so too does the ground around us disappear. Yasue's power wanes bit by bit, the creeping darkness slowly encroaching around us. Frantically forcing myself to focus to stave off the growing panic, my experiments in this malformed magic of mine come to mind. The driver of all I've managed to do is my own blood. Then it stands to
うまくい
reason.
くかどうかはわからない。でも、一つ方法を思いついたかも。ほのか。
She looks to me with a mixture of melancholy and sullen acceptance, little believing there's any way to stave off her death in my arms. My throat tightens, but I force myself through it. I've made my decision, as painful as this might be.
もし、私をここに呼び寄せたのが、私の血の力なら、他にもできることはあるはず。なら、安江を助けられるかもしれない。その体が死んでも、あなたの魂が私の体を器にできるなら。
Her face twists as she realizes the gravity of what I'm proposing. Before she can protest, I carefully withdraw my left arm from around Yasue and pull my sleeve back, filled with renewed purpose. The wound from entering this fragmented world is still fresh. With a firm press of my thumb, I pull open the wound while wincing with pain. As expected, it begins to bleed freely with the barest pressure.
なんで、うまくいくかはわからないけれど、必要なだけ。でも、もしあなたの体を奪えば、あなたの魂はどうなるの？ 一つの体を共有することは。
そんなのどうでもいい。安江、あなたをここで死なせはしない。私よりずっと価値のある人だもの。
I silently plead with her to take the chance I offer her, tears rolling down my cheek. My body is nothing more than a tool. I have no fear of anything that happens to it. If I were to die from this, at least it would be to some useful end.
米原さんにあなたを奪わせない。私を思って遠慮しているなら、正義を果たすためにどうか受け入れて。あなたの悲しみが何か意味のあることをなせるように。
It's a crude way to abuse her moment of weakness, but the mention of her sister lights a fire behind her eyes. She still looks unsure, but she reluctantly moves with the last of her strength, bringing a hand around my bloodied arm. It worked. As she closes her eyes and moves her mouth towards the tender wound, I take a gulp and try to steady myself. Silently, she presses her lips to my skin. I can't help but gasp in pain, only exasperated by her suckling. Moments pass, my heart pounding from the situation. I can only hope this throw of the dice works. Then, something feels wrong. I can't put a word to it, but something begins to feel unsettling inside of me. From the tips of my fingers and toes and slowly fancying inwards, it feels numb, foreign, like my control is growing weaker. Where before she'd merely suckled, now she begins to heave with effort. This feeling inside of me isn't anything natural, my eyes jamming shut as I try to quell the pain shooting through me. I swallow to try and steady myself as a terrifying sensation takes hold, desperately hiding my reaction from Yasue. If this is the cost of Yasue having her revenge against the one who sentenced us to this fate, so be it. At least, for once, I'll have been useful to someone. The pain from my wound faints as every sense begins to leave me. Every sensation, every thought begins to feel thin. This body, this mind, is no longer mine. I can't feel any... Okay. Okay. Okay.
乗って早く
The run from my apartment to Cora's waiting car is an awkward one, my boots sinking into the thick snow with every step. Finally reaching the car and almost tumbling in, I barely have time to shut the door before she stomps on the accelerator, pinning me back in my seat once the wheels find some grip. After taking a few seconds to compose myself, I buckle up and glance out the window. Midwinter has aggressively announced itself, the heavy snowfall last night combining with a dense mist outside makes for a complete whiteout. Koro's face is furrowed in an uncomfortably unfamiliar look of concentration. Something's badly wrong for her to be acting like this. I don't even know our destination, so quick was her rush to pick me up from my apartment.
どうなってるの？なんでこんなに急いでるのよ。
Seeing a yellow traffic light in the distance, Koro accelerates to get through before it turns red. But driving's never exactly a relaxing experience, much less when she has somewhere to be.
お姫様が今日退院したんだ。タチアナは何かしでかすんじゃないかって疑ってて見張ってた。で聞かされたのはもちろんつい数分前なんだけどさ。
Uh-huh.
ほのかちゃんの監視を続けるのは当然だと思う。何かあったの？
その日の夜遅くにコートも着ずに雪の中をよろよろと歩いて出てったらしくてさ。しかもほのかの目は黄色く光ってたんだって。魔術師の目だ。
I go silent at the words, thinking over the implications. An unsettling realization slowly washes over me. Monica having a mage's eyes could only mean one thing. To think Yasue would betray her like that. A sudden thump from beside me pulls me from my thoughts, Koru punching the steering wheel in frustration.
くそまた何も言わずどっか行きやがって魔術師だろうとなんだろうといつか殺されちまう
慰めになるかわからないけど、ほのかちゃん、安江さんの狙いはタチアナじゃないと思う。米原さんのところに向かうはず。
そりゃそうだけど立ちはだかる奴がいたらぶっ飛ばすだろうよ。安江の魔術がタチアナのに太刀打ちできるかは知らないけどさ、それはタチアナも同じだろ。
She'd worked herself up over this, her knuckles going white from her grip on the wheel.
シノ、ダッシュボードの引き出しを開けて中身を出して。
As Koru speeds around the corner far too fast for the conditions, I reach under the compartment and pull the handle. It releases quickly, the weight inside pushing it down. A gun. Oh, it's this one. I gasp at the sight before me, Koru's well-used gun rattling about. It's really come to this. With great reluctance, I pull the weapon out and hand it over to Koru, pointing its grip towards her. She remains tactfully silent, pushing it into the small of her back and glancing towards me at my reaction.
残念だよ。誰もこんな結末望んでなかったのに。
Her expression seems to soften, both of us coming to melancholic terms with what's about to happen. Not a word is spoken between us for the rest of the journey, my gaze once more directed outside.
ほのかちゃん。
So this will be Yasuo's POV now. Put one foot before the other. That's all I need to do. I'd forgotten what the cold of winter felt like. Its chill nearly making me cry from sheer nostalgia. Snowflakes fall about me, my gaze lingering on each as they lazily fall. How long has it been since I last saw but one? The morning fog is thick, houses around me looming in the mist. This world is at once strange and foreign, yet oddly familiar all the same. The mist only grows thicker as I walk down the street. I begin to wonder if it's truly the weather which has changed as I put one foot before the other. My arm aching from its wounds. The only consolation as I struggle on is that the streets are all but empty of people. It's a strange and surreal experience as I look about. The streets follow the same layout and the hills the same contours, yet the roads, once dirt, are now paved. Seemingly everything is concrete and the houses look stark and austere. This body too is new. Stopping briefly, I run my uninjured hand through the silken hair. Taking one of the long bangs in hand, I gaze down wistfully at the raven black locks laying across my palm. My hair used to look like this so long ago. Ha! No, I need to focus. Honoka gave me her body, and I intend to make use of it. This clothing is ill-fitting for the middle of winter. The only warmth to be had is from the trickle of blood on my aching arm. Such pain and discomfort only focuses me on what needs to be done. All I have to do is get to the cemetery. All I have to do is kill that woman. This festering sore has gnawed at my mind for so many years, and now I can finally lance it. Filled with renewed purpose, I begin the long walk ahead. For 100 years she tormented me, put Honoka in danger, and finally tried to kill me outright. I'll save her murdering that woman. With Honoka's magic at my disposal, I'll ensure she suffers every last minute of the ordeal. Thank you, Honoka. I won't let this last gift go to waste. For what my sister has done, there must be punishment. Past the cloud from my heavy breathing, a dark figure appears through the mist. I slow to a stop as the form of a long black coat becomes visible, rigid and unmoving. My heart sinks as I make out their stoic and resolute face. Of all the people, it had to be
また
her.
会ったな、浅川城。それとも安江さんとお呼びするべきかな。
All I can do is scowl. The falling snow piles onto the shoulders of her coat. But the woman plainly has no intention of leaving.
やはりな、浅川城の姿をしているが、魔術師の目はごまかせない。
そう。あなたがあの時の女なのね。
この一件であなたに害がないとは言わせない。だが、ほのかの魂を力ずくで追い出し、その体を奪うことまでするとは思わなかった。
あなたと戦うつもりはないわ。聞いてちょうだい。あなたが誰であろうと関係ないことよ。
タチアナ・フェドロワだ。残念だが、要望に応えるわけにはいかない。
そう。仕事を終わらせに来たというわけね。
前回はあなたを生かしておく必要があった。だが、それはあの本を手に入れた時点で終わっている。今回ここに来たのは、個人的な興味によるものだと思ってもらっていい。つまり、
Okay. With a practiced motion, she pulls off her long coat and throws it behind her. Not once do those sharp eyes leave my own. The white haze between us is soon pierced by a blaze of cyan blue, her weapon soon
あ
materializing.
なたを見逃す理由はない。
I find myself appreciating her effortless use of magic for a brief moment, only tempered by the realization that this will be far more than a mere distraction. Going by her well-drilled posture and grim gaze, it's obvious this woman has killed before.
フェドロワさん、これは最後の警告よ。今すぐ立ち去りなさい。
できない相談だ。
Okay. Every memory pulled from Honoka feels a violation of her. Every plucked feeling, sight, or sound is an uncomfortable and brutish act. I wish this weren't necessary, but my hand has been forced. Plunging deep... I hate that sound. Oh! Okay, plunging deep into her thoughts, the secret of blood magic come forth. What I desire is fashioned into shape in my mind, the thought flowing through my body and into the blood now twisting and turning on my injured arm. A moment's concentration pulls together the threads of dancing liquid into a solid whole, my own surprise stuffed down as I bring the scythe to bear.
なら、勝つこと同じ運命をたどるといいわ。
Feels good in my hands, its weight focused behind the large cutting blade. Honoka has abused her body terribly, but it's still youthful. More so, these clothes will work better than my own for combat. Throwing caution to the wind, I steel myself and bolt at the woman ahead. She merely sets herself low into a defensive stance, her own weapon held high as I throw myself into the attack. A deafening clatter rings out as our blades meet, the weight of my weapon proving both a hindrance and an asset as I try to redirect its momentum. Snow kicks up about us as I throw the blade sideways, edging ever closer to my opponent. Before I can land the blow, she jabs the air with the menacing tip of her spear. I frantically pull back and parry her blow before following up with my own upward slash, only for her to skip back with inhuman speed. She's well trained, but I can adjust. She isn't the only mage in this fight. I can't let her control the pace. The scythe by nature forces me to throw my body into every attack, and her spear's length means I need to force my way past it and get into her face to land a single hit. I keep moving forwards with bold attacks. The woman seemingly surprised. I can keep up as she barely avoids a swipe to her neck. Adrenaline courses through me, feeling a certain thrill in a true fight against another. Compared to her rigid and dour appearance, Tatiana appears to practically dance as she weaves about in combat. She follows the momentum of her spear, guiding rather than forcing the weapon. It's an almost graceful sight. Her footwork too is precise and measured. I've never met someone so in control of their own body's movements. A diagonal blow avoided by skipping off the guardrail and controlling a short slide backwards in the snow. Ah, I see it now. This woman's talent is in manipulating her body with magic. She's moving so far beyond any normal person's speed because she's overcharging her own muscles. However, that means she's pushing them far beyond what a human's body is naturally capable of. She keeps this up long enough, she'll end up destroying herself. Which means that I just have to outlast her. Yet fighting this woman is proving intensely frustrating. Tatiana continuously falling back as soon as I make to seize the advantage. Every time she commits to a finishing blow, it turns out to be a feint before deftly stepping back further. It's a strange fighting style, for someone who needs to finish any scrap quickly. I make a wild cut at her midsection, only to slice through air once again as she flits back and steps aside. Just one solid blow and... Before I can keep after her, I'm stopped in my tracks by two shots ringing out. Ice from the footpath kicks up, two bullets striking the ground mere inches from my feet.
そこまでだ安江さん。今のは狙い通り。次も外さないよ。
The woman takes aim from behind a car's hood. I recognize it instantly. It's the one which picked up Katsuko from the cemetery. All I can do is glower at them as Tatiana steps back to her comrade's side. They've had a trap set for me this entire time, and I blithely wandered into it. They knew where I was going from the moment I re-entered this world, and Tatiana's covered for her own weaknesses. I never stood a chance, not when blinded by my own rage.
ここはもうあなたが知っていた世界ではない。あなたの道はここで終わる。
降伏しろというの。
降伏したって受け入れらんないね。あんたはほのかに許されねえことをした。
How dare they talk about Honoka as if they cared about her, the pain they've put her through.
ほのかが望んだことよ。あの子は自分を犠牲にしてでも私に復讐を果たしてほしいと願っていた。あなたたちに邪魔をさせるわけにはいかない。
I raise my weapon high and charge at them with all my remaining energy, casting all caution aside. How foolish to try and use such a pedestrian weapon against a mage. The trigger is pulled, my sense of time slows. If I can just focus enough on the barrel, I have a chance. A flash. The bullet leaves the chamber, one flick of the wrist downward and... Oh, she just... got... Oh no. In the blink of an eye, it's over. The clink of a bullet hitting the blade is the only sign anything happened at all. The guns of this time a little different to those of my own, it seems. As the color drains from her face, I dash forward to seize the advantage. Koro sent diving as my scythe slashes into the car, ripping through its body with ease. I can see why Honoka's rage was so violent. There's a certain intoxicating pleasure in such passionate rebellion against an unfair world. But Katsuko is my target, not them. I can't push this body too far. These people are only distractions. Putting them out of my mind, I race onwards towards the cemetery. I'm already pushing this body to the limit without them bogging me down.
お願い、やめて。
A chill runs up my spine. That voice is all too familiar. Stopped in my tracks, I slowly turn around. Everyone stops dead as she gets out of the car, almost in tears as she looks at me.
シノ、カオル、なぜシノを連れてきた？
ほのかちゃん、お願い聞いて。まだそこにいるんでしょ？まだいるんだよね。
What's happening? Why is she here? As her words trail off, I give a smile. A smile which soon twists into an ugly caricature of the real thing. A hollow laugh escaping as I rationalize what's playing out before me.
つまり最初から仕組まれていたのね。何もかもお遊び。何ヶ月も前から計画して、ほのかを利用していたのでしょ。違う。私はそんなつもりじゃなかった。違う？あの二人と組んでいるのに？私を訪ねてきたのも、ほのかを慰めたのも、全部ほのかに近づくためだったのでしょ。
She runs up towards me, my attempt to quickly summon the scythe proving too slow as she grabs onto my shoulders. Where before she'd hesitated, knowing Honoka shares this body has emboldened her.
それはほのかちゃんの記憶でしょ。ほのかちゃん、そこにいるのは分かってる。話を聞いて。ほのかちゃん、今までの話を思い出して。私がいろんなことを乗り越えて明るくいられる理由話したよね。あれは全部本当だよ。この世界はまだ生きる価値がある。諦めちゃダメ。ほのかちゃんの一人ぼっちじゃない。うん、一人きりだったことなんてなかった。
Chino. This isn't right. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. No, this is the way it has to be. Katsuko has to pay with her blood for what she's done to me. She... No. This isn't happening. I'm ruining everything. She's trying to... This hatred isn't the Yasue I knew. This wasn't meant to hurt anyone else. I hate this. Katsuko's the one who caused all of this. She was the one who hired them in the first place. I have to kill her. Nothing else matters, not after...
Tatiana, 私。
待て、あの子がまだ中にいる。
Tatiana holds her arm out to stop her. They're not here to hurt me. It's my fault this is all happening. They're going to kill you, just as they tried to before. I have to reach Katsuko. The graveyard is just steps away. I can finally... This isn't right. This is my head. I don't want to hurt anyone else. Get away from my memories. Get away from my thoughts. I don't want everything to end like this. Everything is wrong. I can't let this keep going. My body doesn't respond to my thoughts right. Ending up staggering about as I try to steady myself. Every thought feels like wrestling control, my very body feeling not my own. This isn't the Yasue I loved. I need to get this thing out of my mind. Staggering towards a retaining wall, my frustration gets the better of me as I ram my head into it. You know, in the background? So true. The intense pain is all too brief. Respite from Yasue reasserting herself, making me throw my head against it again and again. Staggering back in a daze, I clutch at my aching forehead. I slowly wrest control of my own body muscle by muscle as I sway about. The others reduced to onlookers as I try to win the war in my own mind. As I manage to regain my sense of vision, I see a woman's feet gingerly walking up.
ほのか、大丈夫か?
This won't last long. I have to make the most of my moment of lucidity. Every thought, every urge is dedicated to asserting control over myself. Even now, I can feel her trying to retake my senses. I know what needs to happen.
長くはとどめておけない。私のせいで誰かを傷つけたくないの。邪魔をさせないわ。許さないわよ、ほのか。カツコを殺さなくてはならないの。他のことなんてどうだっていい。あと少しだったのに。
Gritting my teeth, I force the voice back. Tatiana's eyes glow once more as she materializes her spear. The woman silent and embittered at her role in the affair. If this is the price of my mistake, then I have no choice left.
茶番はもうたくさんよ。
Hey girl, hey! At once, we turn to the entrance of the cemetery. Lady Yonohara stands tall behind its iron gate, her eyes looking down on the chaos at its steps. Even Tatiana stops, Yonohara's booming voice commanding everyone.
やるべきことを残したのはこの私。これは私が負うべき重荷よ。
She's so emotional.
来なさい、浅川さん。
Her voice is without reproach or reprimand. She simply commands, knowing her superiority. You can't! I won't let you, Honoka! Knowing what's surely to come, I solemnly force one foot ahead of the other as I rise up the steps. Sweat beads my body for the effort to keep control. Yasue's voice practically screaming inside of me. Lady Yonohara steps, almost glides back into the cemetery as I stagger inside. My control feels all the more fleeting with every step. She silently beckons me on as I step along the concrete paths. One gravestone after another passes either side of me, peeking through the snow covering the field. By the time we come to a stop, I know full well our destination. Looking down, I see the Asakawa family gravestone before me. Yes, this is where this journey truly began. Perhaps it's fitting that this will be where it all ends.
私のせいよ。お願い。私がまた心を失う前に、やるべきことをやって。
望み通りに。
The particular tone of her voice sends a chill up my spine. It takes on an unfamiliar and malevolent edge. This woman almost eager to say the words. Her eyes glow a vivid scarlet, and then... What?
どこへ?
Oh, now it's just you and your person. I glance about the cemetery, the cold granite about me providing no answers as to what just happened. Nor where the woman disappeared to. Bringing my hands before me and looking down at them, it seems I at least have control of my body back. If both Yasue and Yonohara suddenly left, then... The thought causes a terrible knot in the pit of my stomach. Gulping, I look towards the sound of approaching footsteps from the cemetery entrance. Tatiana and Koru skip up to me, the latter replacing her pistol behind her olive drab jacket.
ほのか、大丈夫か?
私。
なぜここにいる? 怪我はないか?
Why is climax like hell? Hang on. Hang on. Here you go. What the fuck, order mode? Oh no. Yonohara's done exactly what I feared. She's used her magic to unmake Yasue and herself.
まったく、この体は冬に向かないんだから。
Shino staggers up behind them through the snow-covered paths. Every movement labored as she tries to keep up. She only needs to glance at me to know something is deeply wrong.
やっと見つけた。安江さんはどこ?
Thank goodness. At least she remembers her. The fact that even I do is a small miracle. A sudden thought comes to me. Shino and I share one thing in common. We've both visited Yasue in the other world. Maybe that was enough for us to hang on to her memory. At least for a time. The small relief is washed away by the devastating realization of what I've done. My emotions are overcoming me.
あの人が安江を。私、何をしたの?
The words spill haphazardly from my mouth, my emotions flooding my mind even as I try to force them out. For a small mercy, Shino quickly directs the situation.
車で待ってて、私がどうにかする。
Koru shrugs to her partner, the two bewildered women reluctantly doing as she says. Shino quickly runs over to my side.
つまり、米原さんは魔術の才能を使ったんだね。チャンスを見つけたらすぐに飛びつくって分かってたんだけどな。可能性は低いけど、もしかしたらなんとかできるかも。私が魔術の才能、魂の定着を使ったら、この体から魂が切り離され、安江さんの世界に引き込まれた。魔術の痕跡を追ったからだと思う。米原さんがさっきここで魔術を使ったばかりだから、もしかしたら同じ効果を発動できるかも。
One maybe after another, with little other option but to trust in Shino, this throw of the dice is what it'll have to be.
安江さんに約束したんだ。助けるって。連れ戻す方法はわからないけど、中に入って米原さんを止めることくらいはできると思う。ダメよ、私が行く。私の責任だから。
Thinking over my words, I shake my head and say what I truly mean.
私がやりたいの。お願い、シノさん。なら作戦がある。ほのかちゃんの体はここに残るから戻ってこられる可能性は高い。でも安江さんのことは保証できない。
She gives a churlish smile, one hardly fitting for the situation we're in, but perfectly fitting for Shino. Kikuchi.
ねえ、今のほのかちゃん なんか
Tracy!
頼もしいよ。自分で動くところが
How
さ。
are you today? Hello, hello!
どうなるかわからないけど、ありがとう。絶対に忘れない。
We're about to go through emotions. Giving a stern nod, she focuses her mind once more and closes her eyes. Holding out her hand towards me, her brow furrows as she calls upon her talent. Green. With that, she throws her eyes wide open, irises glowing so fiercely I almost look away in reflex. Okay. My senses at once feel oddly fuzzy, dulling more and more as the moments go by. My body begins to collapse, yet as I should feel the ground beneath me. I take a gasp in surprise, expecting the pain of falling to the concrete below, yet instead feeling nothing. An oppressive darkness surrounds me, expanding in all directions as I look about. A realm of the soul and the soul alone. One I'd hoped never to see again. My ears pick up an impossibly small, almost imperceptible sound. I'm sure I'd have missed it were it not for the abject silence of this cursed place. Turning towards its source, another rings out. The soft shuffling of fabric. My heart skipping a beat as I recognize the sound, I quickly begin running in its direction. All my thoughts are dedicated to reaching Yasue, the flood of emotions far too violent for me to stop and formulate any kind of plan. I can just make out a pinprick of color in the far distance, slowly turning to the recognizable red and yellow of the sisters' clothing as I get closer. The sight I see before me forces me to stop. My lips clasp shut for fear of making the situation worse. Yasue shuffles backwards, awkwardly pulling herself back in terror at every movement of the woman in a vermilion kimono before her. Yonohara's materialized sword is held out menacingly to her side as she slowly steps forwards, savoring every moment of this as wicked flames lick its lengths. Before me stand two grand mages of old, unmatched and godlike power. Yonohara's destruction of Yasue's world showed how half-hearted my understanding of mages truly was. To either of them, I'm no more than an ant. What was I even hoping to achieve in coming here?
今も哀れな人間の本能にすがりついているなんて。姉さんは心も魂も哀れだこと。
こんなことをしてあなたには罪悪感はないの？いいえ、あったからこそこの前とどめを刺せなかったのでしょう。
With that, Yonohara abruptly stops. The question seems to give her cause for genuine thought.
罪悪感？そう、罪悪感よ。これこそ私が姉に与え損ねた答えよ。
Okay.
長い間、私は復讐に燃える勇気としてこの世界をさまよっていた。私をこの世界に縛り付けるものは何かずっとわからなかった。それはあなたへの罪悪感だったの。
We're going through it.
菊池志乃は間違っていた。つまらない思いを捨ててしまえばもっと偉大な存在になれる。後悔、罪悪感、喪失。無駄な感情は人間性とともに切り捨てるべきよ。
She isn't doing this for me, but her own ends. There's no justice to be had in any of this, only naked self-interest. As I twist about to try and find something, anything, to stop this madness, I feel something digging into my waist. Reaching back, I pluck the item out and look it over. My knife. The weapon I'd wounded myself with so many times in the past. I placed it there as my blood magic took hold of me going into Yasue's dying world. I look up to Yonohara, my heart suddenly racing with terrible realization. She takes another step towards her sister, Yasue frantically shuffling back, but unable to raise a hand against her. Looking back to the knife, it's no more than a blade the size of a finger. A tool, not a real weapon. Certainly nothing which could slay a grand mage. Are we about to stab her? But I don't have time to draw blood and summon my scythe, and Yonohara would notice that in any case. This is all I have. Oh my god, she's hot as hell. Fuck. Anyway. Oh my god. Hang on. Oh my god. I'm sorry, hang on. Look away. Hang on, why did the text come back when I tried to do that? Hang on. Okay, you hate me. Hang on. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, move the mouse out of the way. I can't hesitate. I can't have second thoughts. Oh wait, no, I didn't even read that because I got too distracted. I look back up. My time running out as Yonohara takes up her menacing blade. Oh my fucking god. I can't hesitate. I can't have second thoughts. As I prepare myself for what's to come, my thinking harkens back to Yasue's adored play. Chisingura? A tale of 47 Ronin and their quest to avenge their master. The honor they displayed, their duty to their master. Their willingness to lay down their lives for their cause. I steel my heart, breath quickening as I grasp the knife so hard that my knuckles whiten. All I have is this pathetic tool. I'm a nobody, and my body is weak. Even now, I am shaking in terror. The moment Yonohara notices me, she'll slay me with a flick of her wrist. But my life will buy a second that Yasue can use. For once in my life, I finally made my own choice. That choice will be my fate. As Yonohara raises sword above her head in a great arc, I launch myself forward. It takes everything I have not to scream, but I need every moment I can get as I dash forward. The distance closes, adrenaline flowing through every pore of my body as I tear forwards. My frantic footsteps sound impossibly loud, yet Yonohara's wild eyes remain locked to her sister.
これで私の人間性は尽きる。死ね!
Oh. Everything stops. My knife plunges into her back to the hilt, but Yonohara issues no scream nor yell. All to be heard is the quiet wheeze of air escaping her lungs. Sweat stings my cold face as time itself seems to pause. A moment of complete disbelief washes over each of us. An impossible situation presented a simple reality.
一般人の分際でどうして
The words are barely more than disbelieving whispers into the void. Her sword begins to dematerialize from its furthest tip, her magic dissipating. Still taking in everything that's happened, all I can do is hold the knife and pant as my adrenaline leaves me. Oh my god. Yonohara being so caught up in her emotions saved me. As the sword finally disappears, her arms fall limp by her sides. All she does is look upwards. Black eyes staring into the darkness above. Holy shit. I am such a fucking whore for good lighting. I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind. Oh my god. Oh my god. Then the woman herself begins to vanish.
あなたを愛していたのよ。こんなことあるべきじゃなかった。
Oh my god.
こうしなくてはならなかったの。結局私も人間だったの。哀れな死すべき。
Oh. Oh.
人間よ。
She's gone. Okay. Bye. They took my other hot milk from me. Yonohara's end is marked by the unceremonious clatter of my knife falling to the ground. I don't bother to collect it. I don't need that anymore. Hey, you did some fucked up. Oh, suddenly left without the single-minded focus I'd had. Everything about the situation floods into my overwhelmed mind at once, leaving me to helplessly collapse to my knees. Oh no, Krim, oh no. Did I decide as Yasui? Trying to steady my breathing, I look at my shaking hands through increasingly blurry eyes. Even if Yonohara's blood had disappeared, I know what they've done.
私が米原さんを殺した人をそうするしかなかったのよ。大丈夫よ、ほのか。
You did what you had to do. Oh. I barely respond as Yasui crawls forward and wraps her arms around me, the woman weeping as she hugs me tightly. Baby girl.
ほのか、あ、ほのか、ごめんなさい。
Bro, you did some fucked up shit just now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you kinda did some fucked up
あなたを
things.
こんな目に遭わせてしまって許されないことをしたと思っているわ。ごめんなさい、ほのか。自由になって最初に思い浮かんだのはあなたではなくて妹のことだった。妹のことしか考えられなかったの。ほのかに拒まれても当然よ。もし
Kiss.
あなたが
Kiss.
いや、そんなこと望んでない。
Kiss.
安江にも米原さんにも100年もの間に何があったのかなんて想像もできない。でも
That's crazy. So true. We're gonna go again.
償いたいなら一緒にいて。理解できなくてもあなたを助けたい。
She pulls back with a gentle smile on her face, taking my cheek in her hand. It's been far too long since I saw that warm springtime smile.
ありがとう。約束するわ。
No sooner do I appreciate the simple feeling of an affectionate touch, do I notice a strange feeling overcoming me. A shimmer begins to flit at the edge of my vision, the beginning of a process I've forgotten would come.
いや、シノさんが連れ戻そうとしているの。
I look to Yasue with a panicked face, but all she wears is a calm smile. A calm, heartbreaking smile. She knew this, too, would end.
いやよ、安江。もう二度とあなたを失いたくないの。シノさん、待って。私、こんなこと望んでない。やめて。大丈夫よ、ほのか。こうするしかなかったの。
ずっと待ってるわ。どんなに時が流れてもあなたを待ってる。
I reach out to her in desperation, but my own hands disappear before I can so much as touch her. She manages to hold her composure, Yasuo's age giving her a measure of self-control that I lack. Yet, even she can't stop herself at the last moment. As all begins to fall away and the lonely woman is surrounded by an endless darkness once more, a tear rolls down her cheek. With that, Yasuo's melancholic final words drift on the air.
さようなら、愛しい人。
Fuck. Then it all ends. They took both of my hot older women. They took them both away. A terrible chill hangs in the air, the season proving bitter as it often is here. On this cold day, a great throng of students slowly shuffle through the piled snow of the university grounds. The day's lecture is finally over. Some gossip freely with friends, while others fawn over their partners. Most, however, stroll silently. We've heard this dialogue. Amidst the sea of people walks unremarkable student among many. A week has passed since everything came to a head. In the days since then, life has settled back to normality for the student called Honaka Asakawa. Lady Onohara no longer appears at the cemetery. The grave she once mourned at now sitting unvisited and covered by snow. I haven't seen Tatiana or Koru since then. There's little reason to, with my notes on blood magic long since deleted from my laptop. The strange librarian abruptly resigned by letter, causing some consternation amongst the staff and students. She was soon replaced by a kind, elderly gentleman, a person perhaps more fitting for the role. Then there's me. All I knew after I returned to the real world is that I awoke without Yasuo's voice in my head, a whisper at the back of my mind, but little more. She said she'd wait, but where I could even begin, I don't know. I remember waking up on the lap of a worried Shino before promptly breaking down in her arms as I incoherently recounted what had happened. I couldn't save her. All of this was for nothing. She's still stuck there, in the same false world she'd been confined to for centuries. The look of pity on Shino's face is still burned into my mind. Despite all my efforts, I couldn't save her. The memories of her still sting deeply. Where I should cry or at least feel sadness, I instead feel nothing. A horrible absence of any catharsis or emotion at all. I've cried and grieved as much as I can, only feeling a hollow where my feelings should be. I guess this will be how things are supposed to be from now on. Normality as if I had never seen that book or met that woman at all.
Honoka!
I look up, seeing a familiar woman leaning on the hood of her beaten-up car. She pays little mind to the other students' puzzled expressions at her shouting. What is she of all people doing here?
乗ってきなよ。
Sitting with hands clasped in my lap, I let the cheerful woman drive me in the battered old sedan. I can only imagine how much the repairs cost, the scars of what happened still very visible. I try to glance beside me at my driver as subtly as I can. She's a bit intimidating given her piercings and rough appearance, but she doesn't give any sign that she means me harm. It's hard to believe she was pointing a gun at me just days ago.
そういや、ちゃんと自己紹介してなかったよね。私は伊藤薫。名字で呼ばなくていいから。
しのさんと居酒屋に行った時、名乗ってくれましたよね。
あれは納棺。仕事以外の時に ちゃんと言っときたかったんだ。
I give a nod before noticing the turn to go home, passing blithely by out the window.
カオルさん、これ帰り道じゃありませんよね。
ああ、心配しないで。もっといいところに連れてってあげるか
You
ら
have
さ。
now been taken. God
わかりま
bless.
した。
あのさ、慌てないわけ？今あんたを誘拐しようとしてんだけど。
いえ、別に。
それはそれでがっかりかも。
She trails off, the discussion ending awkwardly. The silence suits me fine, but is clearly bugging her as she glances about.
あ、信号が変わる。
Her hands drop beside her as she quickly shifts gears, pressing the pedal to the floor and throwing the car around the corner. My heart races as I quickly grab the handle above the door to steady myself. As we settle into driving once more, I sink back into my seat. Driving like that in winter feels dangerous, but she doesn't look the least bit phased. As an awkward silence settles in once more, I try to break the ice.
あなたたち、暗殺者か何かですか？
暗殺者だって。
My face goes scarlet as she bursts into boisterous laughter. She finally composes herself on seeing my deep grimness.
そんなかっこいいもんじゃねえって。あたしらは私立探偵だよ。この手の仕事で細々とやってるだけ。今回のは特別面倒だったけどな。終わってやれやれだよ。
みんな魔術師ですか？
他の二人はな。私は銃を持ったただの負け犬ってところ。魔術師とつるんでもいいことねえけど、まあそんなもんさ。
The sight up ahead pulls her interest from the conversation, the indicator soon ticking away as she pulls over to the side of the busy downtown road.
ほら、着いたよ。
Confused about where we are, I look up to the building towering above us. It's one of the many skyscrapers around the city housing all kinds of shops and restaurants, and the last place I'd imagine their office to be.
ドアを開けて差し上げましょうか、お嬢さん。
Okay. Still little the wiser for where we're going, I silently follow the woman up the elevator to one of the top floors. Then, along a winding path between this shop and that, our journey finally ends as she pushes open a nondescript door among many. Okay, we're at the pretty bar. A bar? As Kaoru wanders in, I stop dead behind her and try to make sense of my surroundings. Barely even hear the door close behind me.
面白い。今回だけは時間通りか。
Yippee!
はいはい。別にあんたのためじゃないから。
As I turn to the source of the voice, my heart skips. The woman behind the counter is her, of all people. She doesn't scowl at me, nor smile in reassurance. She simply keeps that flat, stoic face as she waits for me to say something. Eventually, she gives up and makes conversation herself.
タチアナ・フェドロワだ。何か飲み物はいかが？
あなたがこのバーを？
ただの趣味だけどね。
いいか、私はうまい飲み物を作れる。いずれお前をバーテンダー養成講座に送り込み、店で働かせてやろう。
Koro airily waves her off as she saunters over to a bar stool and collapses onto it. Somewhat comforted by neither having any ill intent, I idly walk over to the large windows making up one of the walls. Where do we go from here? All of Sapporo stretches out below me, its buildings of concrete and glass dwarfed by the snowy mountains framing them. Cars move this way and that as trains glide smoothly by each other, with Sapporo TV Tower reaching skyward in the middle of it all. Yeah, so Eli... it's so good. I was like... For chump change, she says. I'm surrounded by those who shot at me, tried to kidnap me, but I don't feel a thing. No residue of revengefulness, nor anger or hate. I just stand and gaze out the window. I was about to sneeze. At the city moving about below. All I'm doing is watching life go by while others truly live, just as I always have. I turn to see Tatiana, the woman leaning on the counter before her as she talks.
あなたは見てはいけない世界を垣間見てしまった。生きて逃れられたのは運が良かった。ほとんどのものはそうはいかない。
Lady Onohara said just the same. The affairs of mages are so cruelly indifferent. I may have made it out alive, but for what? It isn't that I feel sad or angry, I just don't feel anything really.
待って、何があったか。あなた
Thank
た
you
ち
for the
は
hydrate.
覚えているの？
Let me guess it. I'll end the stretch, okay. As I look from one woman to the other, the mood in the room visibly falters. After some time, it's Tatiana who finally answers.
混乱した1週間だったと言っておこう。シノはできるだけ私たちに説明してくれた。
最悪の二日酔いみたいな仕事だったよ。大金を失うわ、人間関係はおかしくなるわ。それなのに何も覚えてねえんだもん。
Incredible. I give a smile in spite of myself at the two of them. For two people who were intent on killing me, they seem rather alright, all things considered. The door opening draws my attention, though the others barely register it. As a woman about my height saunters through, my heart jumps.
シノさん、久しぶり、ほのかちゃん。
It's difficult to marry the cheerfully smiling woman in front of me with the image of me frantically begging her for help at the cemetery.
どう？一段落して落ち着いた？誰にとっても大変だったよね。
I open my mouth to answer, but the words fail to come. What is there to say? I feel like I've changed after going through so much, but been put right back to the life I had a few months ago. Normality is now almost as surreal as that illusory world of Yasuo's conjuration. For all I once adored reading and looking smart to others with fanciful words, now I end up just giving a simple, stupid shrug.
まあ、忙しくしてるのはほのかちゃんだけじゃないよ。
でも、図書館の仕事を辞めたんでしょ？
She's reuniting them, right? Like, she's reuniting them. She's reuniting them. Okay, forgiven. I forgive you all now. Shino answers with a cherub-faced grin, theatrically stepping aside from the door. Perfect. Thank you. Confused, my eyes shift to the flash of yellow I notice from behind her. I am left speechless as the woman glides into the room, her free, flowing white hair unmistakable. I forgive you. I forgive you. This isn't possible. I can't believe it. Oh, baby girl, you're alive. I can't do anything but stare in stunned silence as the woman stops before me. I open my mouth to try and find something to say, but nothing comes out. Minutes pass before I finally manage to mumble so much as a word.
安江。
She looks confused about what to say, more than anything. Try as I might to make eye contact, she avoids it even as I tilt my head to try and look at her.
ずっと前から 何かに使えるんじゃないかと思って予備の体を作っておいたんだ。保険って言えばいいのかな。自分で言うのもなんだけど、結構いい出来だと思うんだよね。
Igachino. With that, she skips over to the VOD to leave Yasue and I to each other. What a surreal mix of relief and pain this is. The events of the last few months flooding my mind all at once.
ごめんなさい。何度謝っても償いきれないことをしてしまったわね。
Yasue finally looks at me, but I can barely make out her face as the tears start welling up. My emotions, once suppressed, now flood me all at once in an uncontrollable flood. Anger, frustration, sadness, relief, and happiness, all mixed together. I clench my fists to try and steady myself, for all the good it does me. The dam breaks as I step forward and wrap my arms around her, overcome by the rush of feelings as I try to make some coherent point. She pulls her arms around me as I weep into her chest. I don't care anymore. I can feel her now. She's real. She's here. I was the one who offered this body to her. What happened was a sin we both bear. To see her before me now, to finally feel some sort of hope after losing her all over again.
ほのか。愛してる。安江。償うって言うなら、二度と私を一人にしないで。また大事な人を失うなんて耐えられない。約束するわ、ほのか。ごめんなさい。
I feel her tears falling onto my back as she shudders, holding me tighter than ever. All we do is hold each other, savoring each other's warmth. Eventually, reluctantly, we part from each other's embrace. My eyes linger on her face, unable to so much as look away from her.
ありがとう、しのさん。いくら感謝してもしきれない。私もよ。
ねえ、よければ友達になってくれるかな。仕事は終わったけど、これからも会えると嬉しいし。
Ah, Shino's getting emotionally attached.
もちろん。
言うまでもないが、二人ともいつでも好きな時に来てくれて構わない。
I feel the brush of Yasue's hand against mine, too afraid to take it in her own. In response, I quickly grab it and hold her tightly. We can start over, from here. Here, in the real world. Look at them! Oh, they're going shopping. Oh. Oh, okay. Incredible. God bless them. Bellflowers mentioned. Okay, I didn't expect that. What? I went to make a like, oh my god, points, caps, and theater, but then I just saw Bellflowers. I was like, hang on. What? That's, oh my god. Bellflowers mention. Oh my god, that's us. Oh, there's an epilogue. This is not a shit. Okay, wait. Okay. You're getting caught in ad hell. Sitting at a table in Odori Park, I idly look towards the bright red Sapporo TV tower nearby. Its girders reflect the springtime sun as a wireframe structures arc upward in the blue sky above. Never mind, not perfect. I'm sorry, I yapped. She's a... baby girl. Oh, she's beautiful. The warm weather made eating outside a given. Oh my god. The park in the city's center, humming with people drawn outside by the fine day. It all feels faintly bohemian, eating parfaits in the spring sun. As usual, my partner's is rather more heavily doused in toppings than mine. Oh my god, your partner? Oh my god. MILF touching grass is insane. I look back to Yasue, whose attention is wholly focused on her dessert. She is clearly still getting used to her new body, her movements being slow and needing concentration. As for me, it still feels a little strange to see her in this world. Both of us have changed so much. It feels in some ways like we're relearning how to love each other. It's so strange. My heart usually races around others. I overthink everything and doubt myself for days afterwards. Around Yasue, though, I don't feel that anymore.
文化センターでの打ち合わせは気に入ってくれたようね。そうだね。うまくいったようで安心した。
Her integration into modern society has been unexpectedly quick. I was worried she'd be cautious around so many new things. Even the simple electrical lights were novel to her. But she's thrown herself at everything with a burning curiosity. Yet, in the name of progress, not all things have survived as they were. Just as people pass, so too has the snapshot of this country which Yasue once knew. Trying to get a kabuki venue to revive her magical performances in the modern era hasn't been easy.
ごめん。この時代のこともっと早く正直に伝えるべきだった。ええ、でも仕方ないわ。随分と長い時が流れたのだもの。大丈夫よ、ほのか。どうにかなるわ。何かと忙しくしていた方が気が紛れるもの。
Why did it sound like that?
何でも力になるからね。
Oh.
やすえ。
Both of us are startled, our words reaching each other without anything being spoken. This too is another surprising change, a relic of sharing the one body for one time it seems. The moment is ruined a little by her rush to stop a drip from her melting parfait. She can't help but show her enjoyment for modern sweets as she pulls back with a wide smile, which proves infectious. I do try to take her out for fancy dinners, but she's perfectly fine with dessert, snacks, and fast food. Things she never had in her time. Well, I don't really mind. Simple things like this can be good as well. These months of leading Yasue about and teaching her about the modern world have given me a welcome reprieve from the darkness of solitude. Okay. Yasue's gaze... What was that reaction? Never mind. Yasue's gaze shifting past my shoulders make me turn about. The sight of two others enjoying the sunny day catches me by surprise. The taller of the couple catches my eye, soon sauntering over with her companion. Yeah, Tatiana was like, holy shit, whoa.
ほのか、安江、久しぶりだな。
Whoa.
よ。ごきげんよう、二人とも。変わりなさそうね。
ああ、こっちはいつも通りだね。雑用を片付けてバーに顔を出してる。二人ともずいぶん機嫌良さそうじゃん。
I just wilted her words, both from remembering everything that happened and from still finding the woman a little intimidating. Yasue thankfully has no such
また歌舞
concerns.
伎をやるのに魔術をどう使おうかと思ってほのかに現代のことを教えてもらっているの。今日はスーパーマーケットに行ったのよ。いろんな調味料があって感動しちゃった。
そうだな。世界中の食べ物にどんな果物や野菜も一年中置いてあって、私たちはそれを当たり前のように受け入れている。
世界といえば今度2人でイタリアに行こうと思っているの。
Italy?
現代に戻ってきたばかりの者にとって刺激が強すぎないか？
実は私のアイデアなの。論文を書くのに資料が必要で。
I may say that, but I'd only speculated I'd like to see Italy one day before Yasue excitedly suggested we go there as soon as possible. After explaining the complications, we worked out a middle ground of going later this year. I'm glad for it though. For the first time I can remember, I find myself working towards something I genuinely want.
世界を見て回れるだなんて楽しみね。一般人がどこにでも行けるなんて信じられない。ほのかと一緒に初めての世界を見られるだなんて想像しただけでワクワクするわ。
その様子だと飛行機を気に入るだろうな。
Tatiana's eyes aren't on Yasue, whose face betrays her earnest eagerness, but on my own slightly pained face. I'm sure she'll love seeing Europe, but the experience of getting there will be a lot for her. Certainly more than escalators or air conditioning.
そうだ、いい業者を知ってるから偽造パスポートが必要ならいつでも言ってよ。
ありがたいけれど、私はもう申請しました。
Yasue's confused glances to and fro remind me of the real problem. Without birth documents or any form of ID, getting that legitimately for her would be rather difficult. It seems it won't be so easy to escape the underbelly of this world.
新しい体はどうだ？全身擬態とはどんな風なのか想像もつかないな。
感覚が鈍くなったような気がするの。何もかも一瞬遅れて伝わってくるというか、感じたり手足を動かしたりする前に全て翻訳が必要だと言えばいいかしら。他の人に指示をしているような感覚なの。
More than once, she's fallen over and she's crushed or dropped things from her unsteady hands. She moves far less elegantly than I remember in general, though she is getting better with practice.
まあ、文句を言える立場じゃないわね。こうして2度目の機会を与えられただけでもありがたいことだもの。しのさんもちゃんと扱えるようになるまで数年かかると言っていたし。そういえば、しのさんはどちらに？擬態を作るのに随分苦労したでしょうから、改めてお礼を伝えたいの。
Tatiana and Koru look to each other, their faces concerningly troubled.
シノはもういない。
もう行ってしまったの。
Tatiana gives a simple
だ
nod.
が姿を消す前にバーに書き置きを残していった。
タチアナ、カオル、ありがとう。ほのかちゃんと安江さんに会うことがあったら別れの挨拶をよろしく。私はずいぶん長生きしたし、これからも生きていくんだろうけど、みんなのことずっと忘れないよ。これまで生きてきた人、これから生きていく人の中で私たちは出会った。運命だったのかもしれないし、偶然だったのかも。何にせよ、奇跡のような出会いだったと思う。
What happened to paying it back by being friends? What?
その一つ一つの奇跡を大切に生きて、そのおかげで今の私たちがある。失った悲しみの中でも奇跡は私たちを通して生き続ける。
Are you shipping Undi and Shino together?
みんな改めてありがとう。楽し
Oh
かった
my
よ。
god.
じゃあ次なる冒険に出発。
あいつは 私たちの人生に入ってきた時と同じようにあっさりと去っていた。
I mean, why not is
実を言う
insane.
といつかこんな日が来るだろうと覚悟はできていた。
But you're real for that. I looked to Yasue in slight confusion, receiving the same
い
look.
なくなったのはいつ？
1、2週間前かな。どうして？
Yasue holds up her phone, one of her first and now most beloved possessions in the modern world.
シノさんはね、連絡先を教えてくれたの。昨日ちょうど伝言を受け取ったばかりよ。
いつでも連絡して。タチアナとカオルにもそう言っといて。どこにいても絶対返事するから。
Tatiana snorts in amusement in an oddly ill-fitting way.
最後の最後に気が変わったというわけか。邪魔したな二人とも。ゆっくりしてくれ。連絡先はまた今度教えてもらおう。失礼する。
Tatiana turns on her heel and walks away with a hand in the air, Goro quickly blurting out her own reply before she gets too
ま
far.
たいつか飲みに行こうって言っといて。
With that, she quickly skips back up to her partner. The two slowly disappear down the road, sharing an animated conversation all the
ほ
while.
んとおかしな2人だよね。
あら、私たちが言える言葉じゃないわ。
みんなそれぞれの道を歩き始めて自分の人生に戻ってくみたい。もしかしたらまたシノさんに会えるかな。
多分ね。会えるかもしれないし、会えないかも。でも、二人とも確かに出会えたんだもの。それだけで小さな奇跡だと思うわ。私たちが出会えたこともね。
She reaches toward me. Yasue wears a calm and contented face. I'd seen it so many times in her world, but never understood what that happiness felt like. Yet, now...
やっぱり、ほのかは笑っている方がいいわ。
そうかも。
It's a smile we have the chance to share together in this wonderfully bright world. Because I ship her with me? Oh my god. So true. Oh my god. That's okay. I support it. 10 out of 10. Incredible. Why are you not responding? Don't you dare crash. Okay, thank you. Oh, I swear to God. I swear to God. Oh, it's so bright and pretty. Oh. Okay.
A Tithe In Blood.
Oh, it's different now. What? Oh, it's different now. Oh, holy shit. Damn, okay. You know we gotta do it. Oh, holy shit, that's insane. Oh, I love that one. Ooh. Oh, this art is all stunning. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Holy crap. The cut-ins, the backgrounds. Hang on. Yeah. 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 You know what I mean? Yeah. 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 You know what I mean? I still think, though, if I had to say a favorite... Oh, I wanted to say it was this one. But, like, I don't know how to explain it, but, like... She looks really gorgeous here. I don't know. I don't know how to sound normal about that. Like, yes, she is beautiful. She is perfect like this. I love her so much like this. But look at her. Like, oh my god. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I don't know what that says about me, but like, I kind of like that she's like fucked up there a little bit. Like, she looks so pretty when she's gone fucking through it. This is like me where it was like my favorite part of Eve was when she was fucked up. I just think she looks stunning like this. Like, it's something about the colors of the scene as well. You know what I mean? Somewhere in the middle, but mostly leaning towards agender. I do. I kind of got that vibe when like Sheena was like, oh, like talking about like all of their bodies, and I was like, oh, wait, that's sick. I do like that there is some confirmation. Like, even if it is more Word of God aligned, I do like that. Because like it is pretty well implied in there, so it's like, yeah, no, I see it. Also, she's really pretty in this one. Hang on. Like, she's really pretty in this. Give me... Hey, I'm sorry. I need to get you out of the screen for a second. Look at her. It's like, I'm sorry, Hanukkah, but we have, like... We have to focus on this for a second. Look at her. Okay. Oh, but do I like that one more? Hang on. Hang on, this is important. Hang on. I don't know. I like... She's so sad. I love her. No, I think it has to be... Like, but then, like, it's only one part of this whole image, so it feels like it's cheating. Like, but she looks so good. She looks so fucking good. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. But then this is also really stunning. Like, she's gorgeous in this. I thought I was walking out with this as my favorite one, but I kind of think that one is kind of like... I think I'm stuck between that one and that one as my favorite CGs. And then this one comes after those two fighting it out. Like, this is just gorgeous. This is crazy. I love when women are a little bit fucked up. Do you know what I mean? It's like a reward. Right? Addie is amazing at drawing people beat up, like genuinely real. Also, thank you, Automod, but we don't need to be doing that here. Thank you. Fucking Automod just continues to just amaze me at what it decides to like be like, no, not allowed. That is such a pretty piece. God. I also really like this one. Like, that's a really good one. Yeah, Automod is a little bit fussy at the moment. God bless it. It has no consistency. Do the eye thing. Do the eye thing. Do the eye thing. Yeah, God bless. Ah, I love when women. This was also a pretty CG. Okay, I need to stop touching things. And in terms of backgrounds, hang on. Oh. What was my favorite background? Hang on. This one's actually hard because all of the backgrounds were just insane. Hang on. Go back. I think my favorite background, out of sheer just awe and disbelief at how insane it was, has to be the library. Because this is fucking insane. Like, this is actually insane work. Like, holy shit. Like, are you seeing this? Look at that. That is like light reflection on the on the fucking floorboards. Like, that's crazy. That's actually incredible. The natural shade, look at that, versus the more like strong of that. Like, it's stunning, it's perfect, it's gorgeous. I am obsessed with this. And then my second favorite is the bar, because these plants drive me insane. Because how did you do that? How do you do that? Do you know what I mean? Oh, the TV turns. Oh, thank you. Delicious. Thank you for that. I do also really like this. I really like the snowy looks. They're very pretty. That one in particular is gorgeous. Like, that one would be my third favorite. So it would be the books, the bar, and that one for like my top favorites. I fucking love all of them though. Like, all of these backgrounds are genuinely some of the best backgrounds I've ever seen in anything. Like, would be in my top 5 of like best backgrounds in any like game. Easily. Because how did you just do this? Like, how did you just do this? Like, I would have cried. I would have cried if I had to do something like this. And you just did it. You did it incredibly. What? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. I love artists. I think artists are like incredible people, honestly. Because how do you do what you do? And how can I like take that knowledge from your brain? Because like, they can just do this stuff. That's what amazes me. Artists can just do this. And I think that's sick. I think that is like talented as fuck. Do you know what I mean? I'm just really enjoying and supporting artists right now. I'm so sorry. I'm rambling about artists, but hear me out. Can you blame me? Look at all of it. It's crazy. Oh my god. I don't feel normal. There's so many variants to that one background. Oh my god. That's crazy. And then you've just got one edition. God bless. It's so cool. Like, backgrounds are so scary in art. And like, y'all can just nail it. It's crazy. Hang on. Incredible. They're just so beautiful. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're all just so amazing. Oi. Absolute bangers, I fear. Do you know what I mean? Ooh, the weapons. See, cosplayers would love this. Like, cosplayers would be like saying, oh my god, thank you for this clear like reference. Because I look at this and I go, oh, that is a very helpful reference for what I need. Oh, they're different. Oh, okay. Crazy. Yeah, see, I would be thriving as a cosplayer because I'm like, that is a really nice, clear visual reference for what I would need to make that. So, like, that's a big, huge win, honestly. I say thank you. I say as if I would ever, like, be able to. I can't, but, like, you know what I mean? It's so good. Oh my god. There. But yeah, oh my goodness. I'm gonna stop rambling before I sit here for, like, another half hour just rambling about this. I need to go to bed. Okay, so thank you so much for joining today, y'all. It has been really, really fun being able to go through all of this with y'all and experience so many emotions. I really have loved the art for this one in particular. I think the art was absolutely insane. Yasue is also my wife now. I understand that other people are going to say that Yasue is like their wife as well, but Yasue has 2 hands and we've already negotiated it, so we can share. It's the facts. We've already called the negotiation, and we agreed that we would get 1 hand each. So Yasue is also my love of my life and my wife. Thank you very much. Make a marriage tweet about that. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so excited to announce that I am getting married to Yasue. No, if I'm gonna ever make a like I'm getting married tweet, I think for the bit it would have to be like I'm getting married to Millie. Thank you for support, guys, because I feel like that's the only one where people would be like, Jesus fucking Christ, Mari. Like I feel like that's the one where everyone would be like, what the fuck are you doing? I'd be like, hee. You know what I mean? Or Aspen. Oh, I miss them. I swore, nearly got me there. Thank you for the check-in. Thank you. Really good timing since we're about to end that out. Yeah, let's go. Alrighty. Marielle clock is insane. That's Millie Aurelia is insane. See, like, crazy stuff right there. But yeah, thank you so much for joining today. Our next stream will be tomorrow, or I guess today, because it's after midnight, where we'll be playing Digimon, and then Friday will be Monhan as normal, and that'll be our week. There are big things happening in the next couple of weeks, so please bear with me as we get through the busyness. I promise things will fall in place soon, I promise. I miss D&D so much. Like, holy shit, I miss D&D. I think D&D is what, this Monday? Yeah, it is. It's time for your happy birthday, Maya. Happy birthday, Maya Tendo! Is that like crazy? Happy birthday, Maya! Oh my god, big fan! I hope your girlfriend gives you so much love today. Must be nice. Oh my god, I love them. Posted some birthday arts in the server. Oh, incredible. Perfect. I'm so excited. But yes, that is everything I had to say for today. So we will end out stream. And with that, as we say at the end of every stream, stay safe, make good choices. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Okay, good night. Bye.